Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, financial ruin is incoming. But first, there's gonna be a parade. Lots of parades. There's gonna be a lot of money making going on. Are you gonna be involved with that? And then it'll be Armageddon, financial ruin incoming. But in the meantime, you better grab your assets, whether they go down or whether they go up right now. But if there is tax cut, tax breaks, you know what that means. It's a party over here. It's a party for you. It's a party over there. It's a party everywhere. Are you going to be raising the roof tonight? Because tax cuts are coming. And you know what that means because you are here in the SSN Nation on the SSN Nation live stream. Financial Friday night live stream. Stop struggling now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here. Please share the videos. And if you don't do anything, what's free around here? Smash that like button. It's a one piece. That's all it takes. And if you like what we're talking about tonight, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Now, with that said, you know it's still winter time. So I have to say, go to beachfrontjava.com and order up premium blended whole bean, fine ground, drip ground, Keurig. That's right. Coffee and tea, ladies and gentlemen, from our own Professor Auntie Valen family. So go over there and show some love. But before you do, you need to write this down. In fact, everybody, make sure you have your pen, pads, and papers ready because you never know what's going to come that you're going to need. But you're going to need this for the discount for life. SSN Lifestyle, all capital letters, all one word. That's right, SSN Lifestyle. It's very, very simple. There's nothing more that you need to do or need to respond to. But after your first order, you receive a discount for life. How much simpler can this be for you? All right, so go over there, show some love, beachfrontjava.com. Some of you saw it in the chat room already. Let's see who's in the house tonight. We have a couple of comments. It looks like it's mine. So therefore, if you have comments, make them in the chat room. And yes, I see everybody on Twitch. I see you, Yoel Nolasco on Instagram. I see you over at Telegram as well. And everybody that's on the podcast that's listening to this around the world. Thank you so much for listening to the Stop Struggling Now podcast. I greatly appreciate it, otherwise known as the SSN Nation podcast. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, what are we going to get into tonight? It's very simple. We're going to start you off with some of us are getting checks. That's right. Some people are getting checks today because, first of all, you guys know what we've been talking about for almost 2 years. Dividend investing, yield max ETFs, they pay every Friday. IWMY is not a yield max ETF, but that pays every Friday. You want passive income every Friday, you can get it. Just put your eggs in a basket full of dividends. And now that there's going to be tax cuts and tax breaks, you know all assets. What do I mean? Stock market, boom. Real estate, boom. That also means cooperation by the other branches of government, such as non-government, Federal Reserve. How about that? They're going to have to lower their interest rates. I guess somebody's going to be applying pressure to make sure it happens, because without the interest rates lowering, therefore you cannot borrow more money than you have, because we've already reached all-time record highs as far as credit card debt. It's trillions. In fact, it's more than the frickin' deficit. How crazy can that get? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. All you need is about half of those people not paying their bills. Those corporations have to file bankruptcy or write it off. And now we're on a whole nother cycle. Incoming for financial ruin, but not for you. Because you're doing what we're talking about here for the last 5 years and a half, where we said get your properties offshore. Make sure you act like you are a multinational corporation yourself. And oh yeah, I wanted Cornbread to be here tonight, but unfortunately, he had a mishap with the dentist, so he will not be here tonight. So I guess next Friday night, as long as it's not a holiday, he will be here in the house. So it's story night every Friday night. In case you're new here, we have stories to tell. Now, if you have any questions, you know the chat room's wide open. Ask your questions. If you have any comments, you're allowed to make comments. Everybody is welcome. So make sure you understand what we're doing here. We do not want you to have financial ruin. Now, the rest of the world is ready for the tariffs by the United States government. So what does that mean? Stock market volatile, because today Dow closes 400 points lower as inflation and tariff fears spur a sell-off. First of all, if you don't know, tariffs are inflationary. If you don't know, tax cuts and tax breaks are inflationary. If you don't know, $36 trillion of a deficit is inflationary. And if you don't know, printing more money, creating more pieces of paper in the money supply, known as the US dollar, also is inflationary. When you start talking about we might have additional wars around the world, you have to prepare and waste money because somebody says that's what they want to do. That is also inflationary when your credit card says $36 trillion and you can't even pay your interest. That is the United States government right now, and somehow they still have the US dollar as the world currency when they can't even pay their own, which means they have to borrow more money, which means they're going to have to offer bonds and print money out of thin air, which is inflationary again. So enjoy the tax cut, tax rate, tax reduction ride, because it's only going to last 1 year. 10 months is all you have. And if after that you don't have your assets and ducks in a row, your worldwide organization diversified outside of the United States, I'm going to be retired. I won't be on here to tell you, because everybody will see this in replay going, I'll be damned. He was right in 2020. He was right in 2019 when 2024 came. He's right in 2025 when 2028 came. I'll be damned. Can we stop this? All right. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, why MAG, why Max? That's the letter Y, M-A-G, Y, M-A-X, I-W-M-Y. Go check those out. Do you mind getting 25, 30, 35% return on your money? Well, there is a way. Little risky, but high risk, high rewards. These are some of the things that you need to check out, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going to be left behind. The upper middle class is about to get wiped out. The rich is about to get a lot richer, suck up all of the oxygen in the room. In this case, suck up all the available wealth that is available. They will be sucking it up. In case you guys don't know, let's talk about a few things. First of all, the top 1% of the wealthiest, that's right, 1% of the wealthiest own 30% of the wealth in America. The top 10% of the wealthiest. Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold up a second. The top, not 1%, the top 0.1% owns 30% of the wealth in America. That's right. You heard me. 1% owns 50% of the wealth, and the top 10% of the wealthiest owns 70% of all of the wealth in the United States. And you guys want to give them a tax cut, give them reduction in taxes, which means who's going to have to pay for those taxes, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. Ordinary citizens. You. There's going to be a shortfall for tax revenue. So therefore, how are they going to make it up? Off of your back, because you didn't buy assets, you didn't start a business or buy into an existing business, you didn't create stocks over the counter. I don't really care. You need to create some paper, some fake money, also stocks. Get on an exchange, because then you'll be able to borrow against your stocks potentially. Again, borrowing against thin air creates inflation. Now, are you guys getting this yet? This is the theme tonight, financial ruin. It's incoming, except it's not incoming anytime soon. You still have 2 years. Okay, I'll recap. First of all, you have 2 years and about 10 months now. But for everybody here, I have to do the preemptive strike. I have to go 1 year and 10 months. I want you 1 year ahead of the curve, because if you go down the other side of the fence and you have assets that you're holding and they plummet and inflation doubles into double digits, like 12, 15%, like that's what's going to happen, or 20, guess who's going to be holding the bag? You are, ladies and gentlemen. This is nothing but a big crypto Ponzi scheme that's about to blow off the charts. Now, have I scared you yet? I haven't gotten your attention just quite yet. I just can't believe it. Okay, that's fine. Again, I'm giving you all the stats. I'm giving you all the numbers that you need. There's nothing else you need to do other than go study yourself and be like, hey, man, he's full of it. But just go look yourself. Now, what do we have to do? Now we have to get you to where you say, okay, what's the plan? Be well. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. And he says, smart man, oh my, accolades. I appreciate that, man. And I will say this, Be Well, you're very smart, man, to recognize another smart man. Because a lot of people are going down the river of fools listening to a trust fund gaggle. A gaggle of trust fund people that didn't have to earn it the old-fashioned way. These guys had mama, papa, and their family with riches already, and they're telling the rest of us it's going to be a hard life. Just stay cool while we get our tax cuts and tax breaks. Never mind y'all who need help. We'll just take our tax cuts and tax breaks, because you know that just helps everybody when we pay less taxes and make the most money and hold the most wealth. Oh my. Oh, I got to give a shout out to somebody today, because I couldn't believe this live stream that I saw. This guy named Gregory Manarino. He was going off. I was like, oh my God, there's somebody else out here that's awake. Somebody else out here that knows how the financial system works. He's sitting there going berserk. He's like, oh my God, they're devaluing the currency, just like I've been telling you guys. Same thing I've been saying. he's saying. So I did have to comment. I love what he was talking about because this is exactly what you guys have known for the last 5 years, 6 years. It almost makes me want to cry. And thankfully, we have a lot of people here in the SSN Nation, Be Well, and everybody else who's out here making the right moves for the last 5+ years, not just now. 5+ years putting themselves in position regardless of what happens. And in fact, some of these people are going to be taking advantage of these tax cuts and tax breaks. That's right. That's what's so beautiful about this, because we knew it was coming. This is how you spur the economy temporarily. But somebody has to pay the piper. And unfortunately, guess who's going to be paying it? And oh, by the way, we're going to give you maybe no tax on tips, but you know, you if you get tips, generally you have a lower income wage wise to offset getting that tip money. So just keep in mind, don't worry though. Don't worry. Because if they start doing something crazy like that, I've already told you what we're going to do. They can't do anything without us countering it. Remember, if somebody says that they're going to do tips tax free, then guess what I'm going to be trying to do? I'm calling the accountant and being like, hey man, I'm paying myself like undervalue. I'm paying myself $2.50 an hour. So now the company's going to give me a tip. No taxes on tips? Are you serious right now? Don't worry. Congress will never allow that. I don't think. But I'm just going to say, ladies and gentlemen, if they do allow that, don't worry. You will be in good hands because we're going to game the system just like them. Because you guys know how to start a company. You can do that as we speak right now. You can go look at sunbiz.org and let's see, is it 10 o'clock yet? Nope. You can go to sunbiz.org, look up something and get your LLC or corporation now. No tax in the state of in the state of Florida. And you could have it already set up just like that. So if these guys do come with something like that, don't worry. We'll be talking with some accountants and I'm pretty sure we're going to be gaming the system relatively easily because we're just going to get underpaid and any salary is no longer a salary. It's just going to be a tip. So trust me, this is going to be game on and fun as hell. But you have to understand, if you're just going to do a W-2, well, then you're just going to be paying our taxes that we're not going to pay. That's how it's going to work. All right? Because we do have some emerging millionaires in the house. And by the way, no fear, no excuses, because your life may depend on it. More homeless people are about to arrive. Not arrive from offshore or outside of the country, inside of the country. There's going to be more homeless people. As businesses get depleted, mom and pop businesses that employ the most amount of people in America, they will be going bye-bye. Why do I say that? Well, if you don't have revenues, you may not have police. You may not have fire. You're not going to have insurance. Now you're going to have a whole bunch of Armageddon type things going on and there's no bailout because there's not going to be enough money in the coffers, just like there's not now. So you can see how this is going to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going bad fast, but you have 1 year, 10 months. Don't worry. It's all good, but you're going to have to be in the game when this stock market takes off. Now, real estate is a whole nother ball game. How are they going to reignite that? Well, there's going to have to be pressure on the Federal Reserve to reduce their interest rate, but that's not exactly quite how it works. You're going to have to force your bonds to go down. They can't be at 4.3. They can't be at 4.5, 4.6. They're going to have to go down. Well, if they go down, that means more money printing out of thin air will be allowed, which is inflationary. So hold on tight, bend over, get your grease out, because this is going to be very, very bad in about 2 years. 3 years actually, but 2 years is when I want you guys to be ready to roll. Oh, and look who's in the house. Speak of the investment guru. In fact, that might be his nickname. That might be it. Post retirement travel live from South America. I need to know how it's going. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. And he says his tagline, hello all. Let's do this from the beautiful country of Costa Rica, Central America. The waterfalls here are out of this world. I'll post pictures, Eric. Well, you can't post pictures here, so you know what that means. Under your channel, you should be able to post so we can see some pictures. So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. We have to, support our own. Go click on Post Retirement Travel. Click his thumbnail that you see on the screen. Go subscribe, click the all notification bell, show some love. Costa Rica was #1. He done changed his thing. See, this is what happens when you're retired, ladies and gentlemen, and have assets and make money passively. You can change, because I thought we were going to see you in Peru first. But I guess it's Costa Rica first. Either way, he's outside of the country. He's living his La Vida Loca. I believe that's what it is. And oh, by the way, Costa Rica, they call it Purita. God, I can't remember. Isn't it Purita? Something like that. Hold on. Let me see. I know you've heard it already. Post retirement travel. Purita. What was that? It was they have this saying down there. Let's see if I can pick it up. I can't remember. Oh man, it's so long. But you'll figure. He knows what I'm talking about. That's what they say. Pura Vida. That's it. Pura Vida. I just had to Google it. Yeah, Pure Life. Pura Vida. That's what they say for the greetings. Down in Costa Rica way. There it is. He's got it. Exactly. He already put it on the screen. Before I can look it up. Pura Vida. That's it. That's it exactly. That's what they say in Costa Rica, ladies and gentlemen. He's now Mr. Worldwide. He's joining the party. There you go. He's there. And we got pictures. Now, you're going to have to explain where are these pictures going to come from. I mean, where are you going to post the pictures? Are these going to be on Instagram? Oh, by the way, he's on Instagram as well. Post-retirement travel. He's on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, that's what we do here. Post-retirement travel is on Instagram. Go show some love on his Instagram channel. And also, Stop Struggling Now is on Instagram. We're trying to get up to 1,000 followers. Why? Because they take people away from us. Just like YouTube all of a sudden took, I don't know, some people away. It went like, what the hell's going on? Or maybe people don't like what I'm talking about. It could be that too. But at least post-retirement travel will be the one person watching from Costa Rica. You know what the deal is here. We're blocked from around the world. Usually we don't get outside of the United States. Less than 0.1% of all viewers are outside of the United States, even though we talk about real estate all over the world, even though we talk about crypto, even though we talk about stock markets, even though we talk about traveling all over the world. It's just like less than 0.1%. Crazy. But we know what it is. Yad Wealth, I see you on Instagram. Very nice to see you once again. And if I haven't said it, I don't think I've seen you since the Happy New Year. Very, very happy to see you on Instagram. I'm happy to see you, Byzantine Red, on Twitch. All right, let's go. Now, make sure, again, you smash the like buttons. Make sure, again, you go to beachfrontjava.com and support our own Professor Ronti Val and family with that premium blend coffee. Make sure you go there and get an order in, right? Winter's not over just quite yet, although it's going pretty well. Yeah, Pure Life, exactly. Or Life is Good. The resorts here are outstanding here. Living the good life. Yeah, Pura Vida. That's right. I know you're doing very, very well at the resort. That's for sure in Costa Rica. And by the way, the people are awesome too. Come on, let's get real. It's awesome. I know. Which is story night. Story night tonight. So here we go. It is, well, Dominican Republic, because we always do story night. If you're new here, because I have 1,001 stories, and I'm going to retire myself from YouTube in about, what is it, 1 year and 6 months? Yeah, 1 year and 6 months. I'm going to retire from YouTube. I have to make, it's either 1,000 more videos or retire in 1 year and about 6 months from YouTube. So, here's the story. I used to play poker, in case you're new here, professional poker, signing your IRS tax forms as a professional poker player. And so one day they say, hey, we're going to have a tournament in Dominican Republic. I'm like, oh, no, you aren't. They said it's at the Hard Rock. I said, I'm there. They said, oh, are you really? I said, hold on. Let me see now. So I was sponsored. So that means I'm there. So I get down there. And the company, I'm trying to think. No, it wasn't O2. It was DSI, I think. It was this DSI. I'm pretty sure it was them who was hosting it. I'm not real sure, but either way, let's say they're hosting it. And they're from Costa Rica. Yes. And so they're running the tournament. So we're playing against international crowd. People from South America, North America, Europe. It's worldwide, but it's in Dominican Republic. So now the girl that's running the event, unbelievably, while the event is running, she has her birthday. So now I come in, they're at their tables, signing people up. You know, when you get there, you have to check in. And the girl has been very nice. Why? Because I'm in communications with these people, because I have, since I'm sponsored, they're saying, okay, Eric, this is who you need to talk to. Contact them. They got your room set up. And they have other stuff too. They're supposed to have my little $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever too. All this stuff. So anyhow, I come in and I find out they're talking and they're saying something like, oh, and she even works on her birthday. And I was like, what do you mean she's working on her birthday? I mean, you guys can actually sign up people and do stuff. Can't she get a day off in paradise? Even though Costa Rica's paradise too. But can't she get a day off? I mean, and they're like, oh, no, she's like the main character in this play. She can't get the day off. I was like, well, then where's the birthday party at? I'm thinking it's one of the lounges at the Hard Rock or something. They're like, oh, no, we can't do that. We have some special satellites and all this other stuff that we are doing later on the night, so she can't leave. I was like, oh, that's not right. So you know what we do, the SSN Nation way. I go down to the front desk. I start talking to people. I say, hey, I need a cake. Like, yay big. We're going to have like 100 people. In fact, make it 2 or 3 cakes. Because I'm in the poker thing with this girl's birthday today. Can you guys get this hooked up? They're like, hold on, Mr. Bird. We got you hooked up. Yes, that's what we're going to do. I said, oh, this is awesome. So I said, how long is it going to take? They said 3 hours. Cool, because it's early afternoon. 3 hours later, it'll be perfect. So I was like, right on. And then, of course, since the guys are so cool, I said, hey, man, I got to go over here to the restaurant where the guy was cool. And I said, hey, I need a few bottles of champagne. The dude's like, no problem, amigo. We got you. I was like, oh, my God, this karma thing is so good. But anyhow, so now I get a hold of the microphone because, yes, you know, got to have a microphone at the poker tournament, right? While they're running the satellite, she's sitting at her table. All of a sudden, I start the happy birthday chant. Everybody's looking around like, what? Whose birthday is it? Because not everybody was in on this. They didn't even know. So they're doing the birthday. Happy birthday. And then they're bringing the cakes. They're bringing all the champagnes. They're doing all of this. And then everybody's like, the whole room is like, we got a 5-minute hold time. Everybody's singing. Everybody starts having fun. And that is what you talk about. Pura Vida. Pura Vida. That's what we're talking about right there, ladies and gentlemen. She was shocked. She's like, oh my God, nobody's ever done nothing like this. We had the balloons and everything coming down. It was off the charts, quite frankly. And you want to know what? To the credit of Hard Rock Casino, these dudes said, it's on us. I didn't have to pay them. I didn't have to do nothing. They brought the crew in to do everything. They cooked it up special. They did everything that I requested. And give a shout out. And now you know why I love the Hard Rock again. Why I love the Hard Rock. I just got to say, not only do they have my room up front, so I always have ocean view, but nonetheless, I love the Hard Rock because they were so freaking cool, amongst other things that occurred during that time. Because I'll give you one more story and then we'll run off from that. Here we go. We have some people that have showed up, some investors. Joe Nay, he's heeded the warning. Mr. Worldwide himself is here. An investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. He says, what's good, SSN Nation? You know we're here, man. You're here. And oh, by the way, how is everybody? I'm hoping everybody's well. And yes, once again, I got to give a shout out in case you see these books over my shoulder. That is because I said 1 week. I had a memorial just last Saturday. No, sorry. Yeah, Saturday. To rest my brother who passed away unexpectedly. So now I have his books, Star Cruiser Falcon 1, Star Cruiser Falcon 2. They're on Amazon. They're at Barnes & Noble. They're around the world. You can get them. And some of digital platforms are actually free. You know how we do. We sometimes don't charge people. So that's how we could do it. Digital version. Kindle. Go over there at Amazon. You can probably get one of them, at least one of the versions, but you want to read the Star Cruiser Falcon 1. Or better yet, support the cause and always go buy the book. They're paperback. If you can find a hardback copy, let me know, because I want one. There's no hard copies here in the house. Only paperbacks. So anyhow, it's rare if you have a hardback, quite frankly. No movie yet. But don't worry, I'll be coming down to LA. I got to talk to Vanessa Comagate, the Seamless Genius. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Nay, very nice to see you once again, man. And the Seamless Genius is in the house. Vanessa Comagate is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. And she says her tagline, hey, boss and SSN fam, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. Hopefully everything's going well down there in SoCal. No more problems, I'm hoping. I just smashed that like button, says Joe Nay. That's right. Thank you so much. No matter which platform you're on, make sure you smash that like button. Chris897 on Instagram. I see you. Thank you so much for being in the house on in the Instagram channel. And once again, what can we say? It's nothing but fun. Have no fear. President Musk will save us. Hey, man, Musk ain't trying to save no damn body. He's just making sure him and his minions can control the federal government like he always wanted. And this illegal immigrant who has a U.S. citizen, this is hilarious if it wasn't so heartbreaking that you could have Lex Luthor out here running the government, going into the Social Security network, being able to bring his racist friends in and being like, let me go look at everybody's Social Security numbers. Let's go see their bank accounts. Oh, yeah, the federal government just gave up to a random stranger who owes the United States money, who gets subsidies, who gets government contracts, and he's allowed to just go look at everybody's, including the competition, including your enemies, and go look at their stuff. I mean, this is freaking comic book legendary. This is legendary comic book nonsense. Come to real life. Lex Luthor is running part of the government and nobody can oversee it. This is incredible. Oh my God, nobody's saving nobody. Nobody's coming to save you. We have that t-shirt. We have the hoodie. We have the hat. Go to stopstrugglingnow.com. Who did not foresee this coming? We already knew dismantling of the United States as we have known it. Disregard the Constitution. Disregard the laws. We'll just do whatever we want. And guess what? We have people helping them. Oh my. This reminds me of 1650, 1810, 1860, 1890, and 1950, 60, 70, 80, 2000s. It's still on. Nothing ever stops. Don't let me get into it tonight because this is going to be cray-cray. I'm trying to flee for greener pastures. I don't blame you. I've been trying to get you on the exit train for the last 4 years, 5 years. I'm glad that you have finally come and said it's time for me to jump ship because we can do anything anywhere. Because the seamless genius can come up with anything with regard to business. Location does not matter. Now, getting familiar with the culture and how they do business and things, that may take a little bit of time. Who do you trust? But anyhow, get on that hunt. Get your diversification offshore, out of America, because the Elon Musk of the world has your social security number. He has your banking account information. He has your health records, and he knows too much. And he's got Mr. Racist who got fired, and apparently he hired the dude back. I wonder who's going to be at jeopardy. Juan Gonzalez. I wonder who's going to be at jeopardy. Mr. Moreno. Who's going to be Mr. Rodriguez? Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Moreno. Yeah, you guys that he's going to be looking for, saying you are a problem. You guys know how this is going, right? You can't be simply blind like all these fools who now are crying, the Venezuelans. Oh, he didn't mean us. They didn't deport us. Oh, no, hold on. No, I'm an American citizen. I had a guy who I'm married to, a woman who I'm married to, who's not a U.S. citizen. But see, I done spent $10,000 trying to go through the steps to become legally a citizen. And now you're going to deport them. No, not them. I thought it was the bad guys. He was here studying, went to school, has a nice job, been here for 10 years, never been in trouble. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, keep crying. Welcome to the black experience. I'm sorry I had to say this. This is crazy. This is funny to me because I told people this was going down. You can't make this up. No, you can't. That's why it's comic book. Lex Luthor is in the house running the government along with the Joker. This is like unbelievable. And guess who the bad guys are? Those bad guys that would always listen to them, their little minions. That's who our freaking Congress is right now. These little minions and the Supreme Court as well. They all benefit from this. And this is why you are going to be screwed. Unless, now come on, you guys were paying attention for the last 5.5 years, weren't you? I know Joe Nay was. I know Victor Morello's been. I know Brian P., Mr. Dividend, Vanessa Comagate has. I know Mo, Georges Charles, E. White. I know they have. Tamara, I know she has. I know a lot of you have because we have 40, 50 people that bought over in the Dominican Republic. That's right. In case your passport gets turned off, you can do this. Yeah, you can swim across as long as you have a lifeboat. But nonetheless, if I can get to the East Coast, I'm getting on a boat. I'll work for a ride. It don't matter. But as long as you can get to that island, then you have real estate, you have business. That's right, SSN Lifestyle SRL. Business, now you're welcomed. And you can deal with residency situations. That won't be a problem. But what happens if your Social Security gets turned off? Mr. Musk is looking at it right now as the Doge employee. What if your Social Security checks don't come? I'm just asking for friends. What if your pension checks don't come? I'm just asking for the American citizens. Your life could be in the hands of Lex Luthor, Mr. Apartheid. My God, I might be putting something in the DR, boss. Hey, I highly recommend you put something outside the United States. That's all I'm going to say right now. I'm not even going to say DR like I was saying before. I'm just going to say outside of the United States. I don't care where it is, but make sure you own it because all these countries are the same. Just because you have property, we've seen this play out before. Just because you had property in Mexico and you leased it and they said, oh, we would never. No, you own it. You just leasing it from us. And you know, nothing would ever happen. Well, history does not show nothing will ever happen because at one time Mexico said, oh, hey, you know what? That stuff is leased. We want it back. We're taking it back. Sorry, Americans. Sorry, everybody who invested in our country. F you. And that's what happened. And people do not listen to history, do not like history. This is why when somebody says, oh, don't worry, I'm not within 25 miles of the coast, or I am within 25 miles of the coast in Mexico. I have my name on a trust with another Mexican citizen. It's okay. No. We've already seen that party before. Just saying, ladies and gentlemen. Facts. Just saying. All right, now let's get back into it. Financial ruin incoming, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to prepare? Listen, let's go. Tax cut, tax breaks means the stock market is going to boom. The only reason it hasn't is because he's done the other dumb stuff, tariffs. Because of tariffs, prices have increased, inflation has increased, so the stock market's not loving life because even if we get tax cut, tax breaks, they're like, yeah, but the cost of living is going to rise for our consumers. 70 to 78% of our consumers are living paycheck to paycheck. They won't be buying from us if their prices increase another 10, 20, 30%. It's funny how that works. So all the tax cut and tax breaks in the world will help us, but now our businesses are going to suffer, and that is bad. So yeah, the adults in the room know what's going to happen. That's why this is going to be one of those situations where every person for themselves. And oh, by the way, you know what I used to say like 4 or 5 years ago, 3.5 years ago? I used to say, you better have your weaponry ready. You know, you better have some brass. You better have duffel bags of cash. You better have something offshore. Because if your passports get shut off, you can't go nowhere. So therefore, you might have to walk 1,000 miles. But are you really going to walk through cartel country? Gringo? Seriously? I don't think so. So now what are you going to do? There's a method to the madness when you are entangled with a government that has been against you. You know what they do. And therefore, I've been leading the charge. So you guys will be ready. So again, do not think that these guys who are running this government is looking out for your best interest. These guys who is the head of our government, the Joker, he is literally saying, oh, I don't mind if Israel wipes off Gaza. We'll just make beachfront property. And I don't mind if you do it. How crazy is that? A government telling another government that literally it's okay if you kill millions of people and move and tear down all their stuff so we can put beachfront property out there. If that does not scare you, who are you? If he's going to do that to them, what do you think he's going to do to us? If you got in his way along with his friends, you think you're going to be safe because you're the same color? Are you serious right now? Come on. Stop playing with yourself out here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Financial Friday Night live stream. And by the way, everybody gets hurt. Unless you have the assets, you have the money, you have the revenues, you have the streams of revenue. Not just one, not just two, not just three, but you're going to need about 7. Because these things can start getting shut down one by one. You're going to need at least 7, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is very serious. I'm going to ask everybody watching right now, what if your pension money wasn't coming? What if your Social Security money wasn't coming? What if your retirement money wasn't coming? Stock market money's not coming. Tell me what you're going to do when that's all you have is all under American control. Because that is a real likelihood considering who's running this place. So now you understand why you need something outside where you could say, okay, I have a company over somewhere and I have myself. So therefore, you have a way. You have bank accounts outside the United States that can't be touched by U.S. territories. So therefore, this is where you can still proceed with your life. But you might have to lose all of your income. I mean, this is serious, ladies and gentlemen. This is going deeper. When this Doge thing occurred and he's over at the Treasury Department looking through everything, and he hasn't been voted, he hasn't been vetted, and he's bringing in random people off the street, and you guys are okay with this? And you think this is going to be fine, right? I mean, like, why would that be fine? I mean, this is just crazy. This is real crazy. Yeah, insanity. Exactly, it's insanity. And we got people doing the rah, rah. You're damn right there's people doing the rah, rah. Let's get real. 86% of the wealth in America. You know why it's rah, rah for 86% of the wealth in America? Guess who owns 86% of the wealth in America? Any answers? Okay. Who owns 5% of the wealth in America? Any answers? Who owns about another 5% of the wealth in America? Any answers? Who owns about 8? Probably 8, right? That's 10, that's 4. So it's like 4 and 8. Asians are in there as well for some more percentages. 4%. Well, actually, it's probably 4% for Latinos, which would make it about 6% for Asians. 86% of the wealth in America is in the hands of white people. Right. Now, do you understand? Rah, rah. And guess what? There's not 86% of all white people are wealthy. So somebody's going to be left behind. And that means everybody's in this. The top 10% own 70% of the wealth. They're trying to grab 90% of the wealth. Are you not getting it yet? You are going to be affected as well. So all this rah, rah, you might want to check yourself, because you're about to be in it with the rest of us. And you're just going to look around like, God dang, privilege is over. You're going to have to get the militia and just raid everybody's spot, just like it's 1860. You know, when the Confederate Army really had not much, and they just had to start raiding all the farms in their neighborhood, taking everything. We need horses. We need food. We need cows. We need mules. Thank you for contributing to the war effort. See you later. And oh, by the way, you look like you're 16 or up. You got to ride with us. Is that what we're looking at? Enough with the history lessons tonight. You guys better get ready. You got 1 year, 10 months to go. Let's go. In fact, I'm going to get a clock up somewhere. I got to get a clock on the website. We got to put it down. Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, and Tesla dudes. Exactly. The tech bros. The tech bros. Let me explain something, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where I have the hate and disgust while we're out here working our tails off. You got people like the tech bros who come up with BS storylines and they get subsidies, our tax money given to them without producing anything. They just go, oh, AI, it's going to be a thing. Okay. Government says, oh, 2 billion for you. Here's $1 billion for you. Here's 3 billion for you. You know, in fact, oil, gas, water. Here's some billions for you. Here's some trillions for everybody. But you could have just given all of that money to the taxpayers and have those guys who own 70% of the wealth pay the taxes and give everybody else some subsidies of $100,000, $200,000. What's the difference? The money would still roll up because people will go out here and buy liabilities. But they don't want to trust that because some people might be at the SSN Nation channel and be like, wait, you mean I got a subsidy of $200,000? Oh my, let me go run over here and put in like 50 or 60,000 into Yilmax ETFs because that means I could be getting 20% on my money, 50% on my money. That means I could be getting $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. And I don't have to do anything. Subsidy money. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't going to go this route, but now I'm going this route. We're going down this path. Smash the like button, everybody, no matter where you're watching from. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You know what? I can't figure this out. These guys changed how we do things. This is terrible on my... I wonder if this... No. Nope. I'm not on Telegram. Damn. Oh, it's an update. No wonder this looks different. Okay. Now, back to the situation at hand. I went off the deep edge. Financial ruin incoming, how to prepare for the worst, buy assets. But get this, it just can't be assets in the US. It has to be assets outside of the US. An asset means if it's a business, a simple business so you can operate and make money in another country. Bank accounts so you can operate outside of the United States. All right. My phone, for instance, is not in the United States. My phone is deemed outside of the US. So that's why I can't even download certain apps because they go, hey, you're not allowed from your country. Right. So that's what's hilarious. So therefore, you got to be able to do things outside of the United States without their interference. It's simple as that. And if you're going to stay here, you better have your weapons, like I said. You better have your stash of whatever. That means your duffel bags of cash and money must be stashed somewhere like a drug dealer. Got to be stashed. You're going to have to figure out how you're going to protect yourself. Because as it works out in America, as you can easily see, all we need is 5 people, then 10 people, then 15 people, then the mob of 25, then the mob of 35, because they say, we're going to come and raid your place. Join us, or you know how this is going to work, be dead. And most people are going to join, and they'll join the side of that mob, whether they're good or whether they're bad, because as a group, you're dangerous. J6. Now, I don't know about you, but as we know, if you tried to roll up to the Capitol with a group of 1,000 people, and the Capitol Police started putting up barricades and saying, hey, you guys, it's a little scary for us in here. There's 1,000 of you and there's not many of us. You guys need to back up. And then you guys don't back up. What do you think's going to happen? Especially when you start banging on windows and breaking windows. Now there has to be some action. So that is an exact illustration of something that people did because they thought that somebody was trying to take their country. But the funny thing, the guys that are trying to claim someone else was trying to take your country, well, guess what? The Joker, Lex Luthor, the Penguin, they're the ones actually trying to take your citizenship, trying to take your money, looking at all of your stuff like it's their stuff, and nobody saying anything other than one side is saying everything. Another side who controls the government is like, it's all good. Trust us, bro. You want to go with the trust us, bro situation? I'm going to tell you right now, some of you guys are not built. Vanessa Comagate, for instance, she's in SoCal. She's built for this situation that could occur. I keep telling everybody. Everybody's like California. The propaganda that California has done is the same propaganda that America has done for around the world. Everybody's like, oh, America, bright and shiny, New York City, LA type of thing, right? All is good. It must be awesome. California's the same. Everybody thinks Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Malibu. Everybody's seen all this. They're like, oh, this place is cool. Well, what you don't see is downtown San Diego, where you should not be at night. I'm not talking about the gas lamp district. I'm talking about when you come out of the airport and you're driving up I-5, but you decide, oh, wait, let me go over here and just stop for some gas. No, ladies and gentlemen, don't do it. Okay? Now, I go down to LA. Now, I haven't been down to LA in a while, but LA, how it used to be constructed. You go over to the Forum. You say, oh, I think I'm sitting at the light at Crenshaw. I'm going to make a left on Crenshaw. You're like, no. Don't. What time is it? No. These are the type of things that used to happen. I'm going on a tourist run, going over to Compton. Okay, now you can. But back in the day, no. But here's the point. I'm in Modesto. Where are you in Modesto? Oh, I'm on this side of 99. No. Before sundown, you better leave. I'm in Stockton. What do you mean you're in Stockton? The #1 capital, murder capital of the world? No. I'm in Oakland, by the Oakland Coliseum. I'm going down to get some barbecue down there in Oakland. No. You're not built for this, ladies and gentlemen. But guess who is? Those places that I just named, because I'm California kid, I can go anywhere because I know somebody everywhere. You better know somebody. You can't just roll up. And if you don't understand this, you're not going to be able to deal with it. Americans are not in a war zone. You guys can't deal with this stuff that happens in Cali. We have immigrants. We have cartels in the backyard. We have drug dealers. We have kingpins as our next door neighbors. We have murderers down the damn street. What the hell is going on out here? And you guys are like, oh, Cali's cool. No, Cali is dangerous. All right? And it ain't one city. It ain't 5 cities. Try about 8 or 9 cities. Come on, man. So you guys better listen to what I'm saying, because you guys out here are not built for this. You guys are built for, let me have my job, Let me have my pension money. Let me have my Social Security. I'm going to run my business. But if that all gets disrupted, what are you going to do? Now, I'm saying Armageddon's coming for you. I'm just saying financial ruin. It's incoming. It's going. But are you going to be prepared for the worst? Victor Marrero's down there in Costa Rica right now. Imagine if Mr. Doge all of a sudden says, oh, yeah, I don't like Marrero. Who is this guy? Oh, wait, he's married to this Latin girl? Hold on, is he legal? Why don't we just shut off his stuff? Why don't we just put a freeze on his bank account? All of them. In fact, you know what? Why don't we just freeze all of his funds and all of his accounts? Now what? Now what? Now, I will say this. A person like post-retirement travel, he might be sitting there saying, you know what, Eric, I've been heeding your call. That's why I have a bank account in the Dominican Republic or Costa Rica or Peru or Argentina. Who cares? It's got to be outside of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. Are you not getting the info yet? Let's go. Get them pen, pads, and papers ready. All right, let's go. Liquidate, baby. I like that too. Yep. Oh my, it could be a misunderstanding. Brian P. Mr. Dividend is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night live stream, where it's going off the rails, just like the financial ruin that's about to happen. Incoming 1 year, 10 months is what you have, but you really have 2 years and 10 months. But I need the SSN Nation to be prepared at 1 year and 10 months, because as the rising tide rolls up, you got to be at the top of the wave, just chilling and riding and saying, okay, we got everything ready. If this wave falls now, we got Life Vest. We got the jet skis to come get us. We're good. But there's going to be a lot of people, and I hate to say this, but it's going to be freaking 60, 70, 85% of people in America are going to have a very bad time with no way out. And he brings his tagline, Happy Day, Eric. Thank you so much. I hope all is well with you. It's going, man. It's going. Smash that like button. That's right. Please smash that like button. And oh, by the way, some of you may be listening and saying, hey, you know what? There's something weird that happened. My live stream didn't even pop up on YouTube, so I couldn't put anything into the chat room. I mean, the description box, because I always say, hey, you guys, you got to get the Robinhood and Webull apps, because right now there's something new that came out with Webull, which is not really fascinating, but they had this special deal where you pay, you put in $100 and they give you 100 partial shares of Apple. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it seems to be a good thing to me. And we are making money in here, Brian P. I'm calculating ULTY at around $10, $9, whatever it was. And the return for that is crazy. Crazy. I think it was down to 8 something. But nonetheless, that seems pretty good. All the Yield Max ETFs, and don't worry, tax cut, tax breaks are coming. Perfect. Real estate investment trust, fine. But they got to reduce the interest rate, which they will. They're going to strong arm the Federal Reserve. That's not a government agency. I don't know how that's going to work, but it's probably going to work. Somehow it's going to work. They're going to circumvent everything. People are like, what Constitution? We don't care about any damn Constitution. All this time, we were pretending to care about the Constitution just so we can get our way. Now that we got our way, F the Constitution. 14th Amendment, who cares? I'll write an executive order to go against the 14th Amendment, birthright, citizenship, and all that stuff. Yeah, we don't, who cares about the Constitution? I'm not going to, forget that law. I'm like, this is insanity right now. What I'm watching out here. Check out your emails. Oh, hey, Brian P., you know I checked out a lot of the emails, man. In fact, you're making me gonna have to do my 1,000 videos this year. I'm gonna have to start doing some of those articles about what you're sending me, because this is like getting totally I'm like looking at all of these CEOs, all these presidents of banks and financial institutions, and they're just ripping people off and getting fined or going to jail for a few years. And I'm just like, this is silently. This should be front page news. That's what's so messed up. This should be front page news, all the thievery that's going on. And now we got even more criminals running the asylum. This is insanity. This is a third world country, and now you guys know it. And I've been telling you this for 5.5 years. You live in a third world country, but you don't know it yet. Don't worry, though. Don't worry. We always have solutions, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not the usual source of the solutions. I don't do it the old fashioned way. I don't do it the way people should think. But 5.5 years, everybody had their chance to get no credit check, no qualifying, no barrier to entry real estate outside of the United States that's deeded to you. You had a chance to get your banking outside of the United States. You had a chance to start a business outside of the United States. Very simple. I set it up for you, very simple. We're going to have our last, well, maybe. May 13th, 14th, and 15th is the next SSN Nation Punta Cana Investors Forum. How many of you saw Johan's stream yesterday? Anybody see it? Were you on it? Unfortunately, I had some family matters, so I was on it, but it seemed like he was talking. I don't know if he took questions. I thought he was going to be taking questions, and I don't know if he did, and I wasn't able to check it out. I had some family matters, had to move some beds, had to do some other things with the fam. So I wasn't able to watch, and it was 7 p.m. Eastern time, and that's what happened. Got the beds and stuff delivered about 6:30, but I needed to get them off the truck, bring them in, help with that, and do some setups. And by the time I had it on speaker to listen, but still I couldn't really listen. So I don't know what happened. What? Oh no, not this again. Wait, what? No, we're not doing that. Just let me sign up, will you? We already did the secure thing with the phone. Yeah, I'm like, can't even log in these days. This is just ridiculous. They got some new stuff. Oh, well. Well, I was going to bring it up on my, wow. I was going to bring it up on my phone, but unfortunately I can't. This is sad. This is real sad. All right. I'm going to blame, I'll blame Doge. I'm just saying. Now I got to deal with the 365 login, and now it's asking me for, they're using 3 authenticator. They want me to have a Microsoft authenticator. They want me to have my phone as an indicator. They want me to have my username and login. I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is just absurd. This is absurd. Really. 3 checks now. Is it that bad? The hackers? Hackers, come on, guys. Why are you guys slacking? Look at this. This is ridiculous. I can't log in. You guys are slacking. Hackers, you've been supposed to have put $1 million in everybody's account 20 years ago. I should have never retired, because this is ridiculous. This is sad. You guys haven't already done it yet. Yeah, I can't even log in, man. This is crazy. This is so sickening. This is sickening. This is so sickening. I mean, this is really sickening. I'm looking at, I got to do a QR code to get the Microsoft Authenticator. So I can't even pull it up. Brian P. Mr. Dividend. Phone Factor. Oh, I can't pull it up. I can't pull it up. I'm outside of the USA. They're saying, oh man, this is wild. Yeah, I can't pull it up. I forgot about that. I can't pull up anything like Microsoft because I'm outside the US. That's funny. That is funny stuff. All right, well, I can pull it up on my phone though. So we'll be talking about it because there's a lot to talk about. Marrero is prepared. Exactly. He's prepared. He's got stuff offshore. He's ready to go. Happy day, Brian P. SSN family. All right, let's go. Let's go here. There's a place called Carrefour. It's the European Walmart. Oh, nice. Nice. I like it. We got paid today. That's right. YMAX, YMAG, IWMY. That's right. And there's something else I can't forget. There's four things you could get paid for. I gotta keep RP. That's right. I gotta keep my phone on the charger, getting all those dividend reinvestment notifications. I ain't complaining. That's right, Joe Nay. That's right. He's a student of the game, ladies and gentlemen. He's part of that wealth creation team. He's on it. He's not gonna sit there and let himself get bamboozled and shut off. He's like, hold on now. I'm gonna make plans. I like what I see you moving, Joe Nay. He knows what to do. He's Mr. Worldwide as well. They have them in Europe and two of them in the DR. Didn't work in the USA. I'm not familiar with those guys though. Wow. My fingernail guys have the connection to care for. Oh. Oh. Hold on. I think I know what you're talking about though. Care for France. Supermarket. Is that the one? Let's see. Walmart. Yeah. Okay. All right. I know what you're talking about. Over the counter, by the way. CRRFY. Over the counter. Yes. Yes, it is true. Yep. Walmart. That's right. Yep. Over the counter stocks, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. CRRFY. Do you have Fidelity? CRRFY, over the counter markets. It's at $2.85. I don't know. Let me go see what's happening. Why don't we just go check what's been happening there? It's Walmart for sure. All right. It looks like it's a little down, but you know, it is what it is. Let's go year over year. What's happening? It looks like down 14% year over year. You're saying they have one in DR? No. Really? Let's go look. Let's go look. Yep. There's one. Maybe. Let's go look. This is several. They're in Santo Domingo. Several. They're in Santo Domingo. Nice. There's at least three. What countries? Here we go. France, Morocco, Argentina, Belgium, Italy, Egypt, Malaysia, Romania, Spain, Turkey, Lebanon, what is that? Oh, Macedonia, Kuwait, UAE, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Taiwan, Qatar, Georgia, Kenya, Iraq, Armenia, Jordan, Israel, Dominican Republic. Walmart is expanding. Oh, I love it. Hey, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you know what happens when you do tax cuts and tax breaks? You're able to borrow more money. So there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to be able to take over because they traditionally reduced the interest rate, which allows people to get interest-only loans and then they can overpay. That's how Anheuser-Busch was able to be taken over by a company outside the United States. And so this is going to happen again. So a lot of mergers or a lot of takeovers are going to happen when you do tax cut, tax breaks. So watch at the end of this year, which means stocks should be doing very, very well, especially real estate investment trusts, real estate, especially any type of business that makes money should be doing good. Thank you for that. Outside the USA, use a VPN. I've been using ExpressVPN here in Costa Rica, and it works great. Yes, that's right, Victor Morel. Thank you, man. Hey, Eric, get yourself Survivor food and water. Oh, very well said. You have to stock up. He's right. He's right. But here's what I'm going to tell everybody. See, this is the thing about why I hate Hollywood. Because I tell everybody, I go, you guys, Hollywood is fine for entertainment purposes. But in reality, people mimic what they see. So they're going to get the food and water, right? And then they're going to say, okay, I'm going to put it in wherever. I have my little bunker, or I have my place out in the ranch or whatever. Here's what I'm going to tell everybody. When things hit the fan, you have to move. So you don't get to just go somebody's coming up the way, a mob of 20, 30 people, and they're going to be here in 5 minutes. You don't have no time to be going down there moving stuff. You don't have no time to be digging, looking for money. You don't have no time for none of that. So you're going to leave it, or they're going to take it, or your life is going to be taken. You don't have time for that if we get to that scenario. So that's why I caution everybody about saying, hey, like he says, food and water, but where are you going to have this stash of food and water? And be able to go back and get it or use it at the same time. Because you got to remember, what you think is ordinary now, survival is different. Survival means a group of 30, 40 people came, ransacked the area, took all the food, all the money, whatever, clothes, blankets, what they need. They leave. You're going to have stragglers of 10 people, 5 people, 2 people who also are going to be like vultures. Whatever's left that they might be able to consume, they're going to have to be picking over stuff. And now territories start forming, because now anybody else coming up the street, you're trying to get leftovers, they're trying to get leftovers. And you don't know who they are, because everybody is in a pickle. I'm going to use a pickle. All right. But yes, you're going to need some food and water. Water is necessary. And oh my, blackout is coming. The electrical grid of America is effed up. There is no infrastructure. So see, this is where you're going. You live in a third world country, but don't know it yet, that I've been telling you guys forever. Think about tax cut, tax breaks, and they're not going to be used. There's now not enough revenue to come in. So therefore, there's not anything being done with any of our infrastructure. Little kibbles and bits here and there. There was some things on the plate to deal with our infrastructure. The new administration said no, 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 no. So now our infrastructure still is bad. I wish I had this meme. It's funny as hell. It was, what was it? It was like 800 miles on a Japanese bullet train, 4 hours and something. And it was something like 800 miles on Amtrak was like 21 hours. I started laughing. I was like, what the frick's going on? Yeah, no bullet trains in America. And he's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been telling you guys, I've been telling people since the 80s that you live in a third world country, but you don't know it yet. And the reason why most people don't know it is because they don't go to Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, in the back 40, West Virginia. They don't get out much. Kentucky, Indiana's all half, nearly 3/4 of America is rural, maybe more. And those people living in rural areas still do not have internet. I know, unbelievable, right? There's still millions of people who don't have internet. There's still millions of people who don't go to school. And I'm not talking about 2 million, 1 million, or anything like that. We're talking about double-digit millions. So you would imagine why America is no longer considered a place of higher education for the American's mind. We do have higher education centers, yes. But the majority of citizens in America are literally, what was it, sixth grade reading level and comprehension. So now you understand, if you're only at the 6th grade reading level comprehension, you can understand why you would have Lex Luthor and the Joker and the Penguin running government, and everybody's like, oh yeah, it's no big deal. Yeah, trample over the Constitution, it's all good, because we think we're going to win something. No, you're losing. Democracy was built for you to be able to contribute to your country. Now it's taking away. Your rights are being subverted. So the rich guys can get all of the riches, the rest of the riches. I'll put it that way. Right now, top 10% own 70% of the wealth. Wait till the top 10% own 90. That's in 3 years. And it's on your watch. And while you're on my watch, we have people going outside the United States like they should have been and paying attention. Even if you didn't do anything outside the US, people were paying attention and actually started looking. But now that they've looked, now they might take it a little more serious and be like, you know what? Let me get something outside of the USA somewhere. Be a little bit more diligent before you didn't mark X on your passport and get your passport turned off. Yeah, it's only about 500,000 to 1 million people. But like I said on Monday and Wednesday, I find it very fascinating that less than probably 1 million people put an X versus male or female check mark. And they're worried about those less than 1% of the population that put an X saying they're neither gender. I'm like, who cares? Dude's trying to travel. Why does it matter what they put? Whether you leave it blank, which you can't, but if you did, why are you actually restricting people's passports because they didn't say if they're male or female? What difference does that make? I'm just like, so if they're doing something this minor to a minority group of less than a few million people, imagine what they're actually going to do to the another segment of minorities moving forward. Like I said, my real situations I've been telling you about, getting on a boat, being able to get to somewhere in the Caribbean. 5.5 years ago, people might have thought that was fantasy. But you guys can see where this could possibly go. It's not sounding like fantasy anymore. They have 3. The main one is Santo Domingo Plaza Duarte. Right on. Okay, next time in Santo Domingo, I'll have to go check it out. But now we know. I know what it is. So, yeah, it's like the Walmart. At Vanessa, just trying to roll like a true stop struggling now, member. Excuse me. I love it. I love it. Facts. Hey, Victor. I love it, man. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get, I don't have a lot of stuff tonight because, again, I have to say something, which I'm making a video tomorrow. I'm actually going to be doing like an hour video tomorrow. It's not going to be a live stream. Well, maybe I should do a live stream. It's on West Side Residences in Vista Cana. West Side Residences in Punta Cana. It appears that they're on the news. Can you believe the audacity of these rich dudes? This just kills me. The rich guys always want to sue people that they have done harm to. So in this case, people have made their monthly payments at Westside Residences. The delivery date has come. They tell them, oh, you got to give us an extra 50%. The people are like, hell no. Where's my property at? Then they go look at the property and it's like not even built. So these guys are like, sue us. So they sue them. And then either before they sue them or after or during their suing or not even suing them, and people are making a post on Facebook or on social media saying, hey, these guys ripped me off. They're scam artists. These guys are suing the people because they're saying that they've been ripped off. So the people have paid their full down payment and then there's nothing. No villa. And the people expressing that's what happened and can show that that's what they did. The owners of the project are suing the people for defamation. I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? They are suing for defamation, the owners, after they aren't delivering. After 5-6 years. Because people are saying bad things about them who are being ripped off. Yes, it's a news channel. And it's on YouTube. And there's only nobody talking about it. It's unbelievable. The news channel came out and it's not using West Side. It's using some other name. It's a news channel, which is it's disgusting because this should be told so people they're still trying to sell stuff. It's incredible. And if you want to go see it, some people can understand Spanish. Otherwise, you got to put on the closed caption. Here's what it's under right here. I put it in the chat room. That's how disgusting this is. These guys are actually suing because people are saying you're ripping us off. You ripped us off. Sprat5601. I see you on Instagram. Make sure everybody you go to Instagram. Sign up for post-retirement travel. I want to see some of these Costa Rica waterfalls. And go sign up for his YouTube channel, Post-Retirement Travel. Click on his icon. You can get to his YouTube channel. Just subscribe and click the all notification bell. Go over to Instagram and hit the follow button under Post-Retirement Travel. You won't be sorry. He's going to be on his South American trip, but he didn't tell us he was stopping in Central America first. He's going to be going over to Peru, Brazil, Argentina, I believe. So stay tuned, and I hope he brought his drone with him. Even though I bought my drone with me to Dominican Republic, I didn't even use it. I was like, I don't even know how to fly a drone. But I haven't even broke it out really and tried. Again, I'm one of those guys who never really played video games. So these little joystick things that most people would be familiar with, I'm not familiar with joystick stuff. And so I'm like, oh no, right, left, move, no. I used to play video games on the real ones where they were the big time joysticks and things like that, or buttons. But I've never used these ones you sit on the couch with, and I never played Madden, whatever, football. I never played NBA. I've never played any games on the home games, so I don't even know how these joysticks work. So I have a learning curve, and as an old guy, this is going to be bad. But anyhow, I put it in where you can Google on YouTube, and again, you can go get it for yourself. But I wanted to make some comments, and it's going to be very interesting. I mean, hell, I might have a lawsuit after I say some things that they were talking about. Everybody, you go put that in the search engine on YouTube and it'll come up. They don't say West Side on here, as you can tell. So anything West Side doesn't come up, which is bizarre. More people need to know this because they're selling units still and getting sued. It's incredible. But this is what happens in the DR when somebody's messed up. You're messing up their hustles, boss. Can't have that. Hey, this is the whole point. This is why, again, I mess up the government stuff. Used to, not anymore. Now I'm messing up somebody else's stuff. But this is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. At my own detriment, by the way. See, here's the thing. They're going to do stuff to people, and those people have to respond and do things. I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's going to happen. But again, when you have things protected, like we've always talked about, where you have businesses and you have trust and things of this nature, and you don't have to worry about these clowns, right? You're not going to lose. They're going to spend their money, and then you just show up and talk. But that's what we do. So, boss, they have the nail machines in the Carrefour stores in Europe. They are doing well. Which nail machines? Is it the stand-up ones? I mean, the because the ones that is the countertop, somebody has to be there and you have to collect money. So, I mean, if it's like a beauty salon, then it's pretty easy. If it's the other one that costs 30-some thousand, I mean, as it was configured before, I'm not a fan. I was a fan at first, but then after we saw that I had to actually man the thing, then that kind of was like, well, that's not quite automated. That means we have to hire people. So we'll see. Bug out bag. There you go. That's it, Brian P. That's it. You're bold, boss. I would just try to play nice. Vanessa Comegate. Hey, I know. See, that's the whole thing. You know what? I had this conversation with my dad just the other night. I was having a conversation with him. I said, Dad, some people owe me some money. And he says, oh, he goes, what does that mean? Does that mean you're gonna have to do a lawsuit? So then I had to explain to him. I said, lawsuits? I said, who does lawsuits? I was like, I said, oh, I said, no. I said, I've been a diplomat. I said, I've been a diplomat with these people that owe me money. I said, I've given them a diplomat. I just said, and this will tell you what, I'll tell you what I said to him. I said, but if we get to May and the diplomacy didn't work, I said, then we're going to handle things the old fashioned way. And so he starts going, well, what do you mean by that? I said, oh, no, nothing. I'll show up. I'll have a nice talk. And then after that, then I'll leave and everything will be fine. I said, I'm not going to let people still owe me money and walk around like they're good. Not these numbers. They're at least, there's 5 figures. They're not like $1,000, 2,000, 3,000. It ain't like that. They're all 5 figures. So that means 10,000 or more, right? And so it adds up. And I'm like, I'm not going to sue anybody. I don't look at it that way. I told you guys before. There's good guys and there's bad guys, and there's bad guys that are good guys. I'm one of those bad guys that are good guys. So I said I've been diplomatic. The only reason things haven't already hit the fan is because the wife said, no, don't do it. So I listened last year. I said, okay, all right, I listened. But then I looked at the clock and I was like, this is 2025. I think I've been diplomatic long enough. I'm a California kid. We can't have this these people over here thinking that they're all good. So diplomacy is over. May, over. That's the deadline. And that's a hard one because I told the wife, I was like, I don't really care what you say now. I tried it your way, which I knew was going to be to no avail. Now we'll do it my way. So that's what's going to happen. So the answer is I'm California kid. I can go to East LA. I can go to downtown San Diego. I can go to Stockton anywhere. I can go to Modesto anywhere. I can go to Fresno anywhere. I can go to Oakland anywhere. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Does not matter if it's 1 a.m. Does not matter if it's 3 a.m. Does not matter if it's noon or doesn't 24/7. I have no issues. And there's a reason. So maybe I'll give you another story tonight. I'll give you another story. Yes, the vending machine ones. So the vending machine ones, do they have video on this? I want to see how this operation actually works in about 15-minute, 10-minute videos. Not one that's recreated. Because if they're in the store, I'm imagining that they have the nail salon nearby or spa. There must be something that can be a catalyst for these things to get the necessary amount of people, which wasn't much. Did they ever lower the prices back to 10,000 or 13,000? I mean, something a little more reasonable than 25 or 30. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. A lot of the main tourist spots here in Costa Rica won't allow drones. Are you serious? Very frustrating, but they're cracking down. You have to let one of the locals tell you where to fly outside the main spots. Oh my. Really? Even like the waterfall areas and things like that? Why? Since you can speak Spanish, let me know what they're... Well, wait, hold. Yeah, let me know what they're saying. Why is this... I mean, I don't understand. Why would Costa Rica not allow you to fly drones? That is interesting. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. So I guess it's just pictures. Oh, but where are you going to post your pictures post retirement travel? Is it going to be on Instagram, or are you going to post it on your community tab? They used to have a community tab on your YouTube channel. Oh, it's back to 14K like it was supposed to be. Yeah, I don't even understand what they were doing. It was a new concept. What was that, 3.5, 4 years ago? It was a new concept. And then 10 to 14,000 was reasonable. Then all of a sudden, when they came up with that 30 or 25 plus delivery, I mean, that was like, holy smokes. And we don't know if it was going to survive, and where could we put them? In a mall? Will that work? We don't know. So we were going to be the guinea pigs. So again, I haven't seen one of those machines in America. So, but then again, I don't go to malls. So I don't know where you would put one these days. So maybe Vanessa Comegate has a plan. Eric, getting the news channel and some of the most popular YouTubers on the island will help push Larimar owners. I've seen it worked before. Oh, yeah, the news channel, some of the most, yeah. Here's the thing, what's very interesting that I found? Vanessa Comegate said it best, you're bold. Let me ask you guys something. When you go to YouTube or Instagram or anywhere else, do you see any videos where some of these popular YouTubers are actually calling out developers, builders, or anything? They're all on the get along gang. They're all like, I have something to reap. They're trying to make money. So therefore, they are brokers or sales reps or have agreements. So they're not going to be going against these guys. They're not going to say anything bad about anything. They're just all going to be like basically where they need to be, in the middle. Everything's fine, no problems. And if you do say something bad, man, why you say something bad? I'm like, dude, people are losing money. What do you mean? People have put their hard-earned money into something and they're being lied to. So you should say something. And then in return, the developers now hate, like, not hate is a strong word, but dislike me because I say it. But it's true what I'm saying. It's not like I'm lying on these guys. In fact, you know what pisses me off today? Check this out. Was it on Instagram? Look at this right here. You guys remember a project called Oceana? Damn it. My phone's about to go dead. Didn't realize it. Remember a project called Oceana? Oh, man. What? Whoa. No wonder it's going dead. I'm not on Wi-Fi. That's not good. Oceana's in Los Corrales. It's right next to, well, it's right next door to La Bruja. Well, yeah, La Bruja, then can't remember the name of that next restaurant over. Yeah, so about 50 yards down is where the turn into Oceana is. And you know what I saw today? I just could not believe it. Remember when we were talking about condo hotels? Well, I think it's on Instagram. I think it is. I'll show you guys on my phone. This right here just blew me away. I couldn't believe it. Let me see if I can search. I'll look. It was on Noval, and I could not believe it. I was like, this can't be. Please tell me this is not true. Yeah, here it is. Can you believe this? Look it. Look it. Hotel Boutique. Can you believe this? Look at the bottom. Oh, wait. Hold on. See if this is... Hold on. Look. Oceana. They added some more pictures. Look. Oceana. This is a freaking condo hotel. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Look, this is what they're saying. So apparently, there's a condo hotel here somewhere. I don't know where. But if it's this place right here, that is a big space on the main road. That is pretty serious. That is pretty serious. I don't know where this goes. This is so strange. But they're going to have a condo hotel in the back of Oceana. So it looks like they added a condo hotel, and it's among the condos that people bought at Oceana. Now, it's pretty slick. I'll give them credit. It's pretty slick. It's pretty slick. The renderings. But they just shut. That's crazy. It's going to be nice. But now you have a condo hotel within where people live at Oceana. So that is going to be very, very interesting. I'm trying to see the main road on this rendering because this is actually looking like a different configuration. It's almost like, yeah, I don't know where this is. But it's inside, it's called, and it's by Wyndham. You guys already know the story. I don't want to have nothing to do with Wyndham. Silver Beach is Noval. They're still talking about Silver Beach. That's like 7 years old now. Jesus Christ. But nonetheless, back to the story at hand. The situation is, Larimar, we don't know who they are. Larimar is something we don't know about. These guys, they're a marketing machine as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what to make of this. They changed their phase one. And now that guy, Tony, who was nice enough to chime in, he's the one that said that they moved phase one to be December 2026. Now, it's a guy that came into our chat room that said that. But why Larimar hasn't told anybody that? But it's almost like it doesn't matter what they tell you because they're not showing you that they even have built a foundation yet. And here it is, February 7th. No foundation. They're still excavating. Here's where we're going to put a pool. Here's where we're going to put a jacuzzi. Here's where we're going to put a restaurant. Okay, that's nice, but we can build restaurants fast. We can't build 3, 4, 5, 16, 17-story buildings fast. We can have a restaurant up in 6, 7 months from scratch because it's not built to live in. It's an open space with a kitchen and a seating area. That's easy to build in a fast amount of time. Buildings are different. So this is why it's very bad and sad to watch this go down. Your wife is the voice of reason, boss. Yeah, she was. She is. Talking about Oceana, what happened to that project? Is that done? No. Post-retirement travel, they're late. They're late. It came out, 3, 4 years ago? So they're right next to La Bruja, almost 50 yards down, I'd guess. It's actually less than that, probably 25 yards down. But nonetheless, no, they haven't even finished all their buildings yet. They were still doing the gray. They still haven't even finished all the buildings. They don't have them covered. Nothing. I mean, they're not even going to be finished for another year at this point. And now they're adding this other thing, the condo hotel. So that's not cool. Yeah, I'll go back because Oceana was 2020. Was it 2022? No. It was 20. Oh, it could have been 2021, but I think it's 2022. Okay, I just Googled on YouTube just to see. 3 years ago, so that means it had to be 2022. Yeah, at the end of 2021, most likely. 7 months, 3 years ago. Oceana, a lot of 3 years ago. So if it's 3 years ago, that would make it 2022. But 3 years ago could be outside of 3 years. So it was probably at the end of 2021. And good. And somebody made a comment under one of my videos, which I do not believe them. They said, because I was talking about a Noval property, or talking about, not Noval, it was a Larimar. And I was talking about it would be nice if there was projects that would say, okay, give us 10% down to reserve, then, or 10% down, and then after we put in the foundation, you owe us 10% more. After we get up to well, in this case, most places are 5 levels. After we get up to the second level, you give us an extra 5%. Stair step it to where the more they build. So then when we get to the top of the building, you owe us another 10%. That kind of thing, like they do in Miami and a lot of other places. The guy sent and put a message in saying Noval has that type of payment plan. So then I was like, oh, wow, that's news to me. So I was like, well, which property are you talking about that has that plan? Because I'm a broker for them. There is no payment plan that says, that I know of, that says you can pay when they put down the foundation, or when they get the floor 2, or when they finish the gray out of the building, or there's nothing that I've heard about that. Nobody has done that in the DR as far as I know. So I asked them which properties. I put it in the message saying, okay, which properties are you talking about? Which development? Because I said all their projects are 5, 6, 7 years old. They haven't been built. I mean, Ocean Bay is from 2018, 2019. And that's still not done. So these are the type of things you have to think about. I'm trying to see, but there's a thing. See, and here's the other thing about the DR with these YouTubers. The guys who do YouTube, they make money, right? So they're on a different way of doing it. They're not going to say anything bad, because when they go around, they want to be able to go around and show all the love, because DR people get upset when you say something bad. It's not just the developers, it's not just the realtors, it's everybody. They're just like, oh man, I'll tell you what happened. When I was doing the SSN Nation takeover, right? One of the dudes that had some of the land, and he's a developer there. When he saw my video where I was talking bad, he says, no, man, you're just a YouTuber. And you're talking bad about us too. No, man. I was like, hold on. I'm not talking bad about you, but if we did business and you screw me over, then I'll be talking bad about you. What are you talking about right now? If you owe me money, I'm going to talk bad about you. If you don't finish a project, if we did a deal and you don't finish it, I'm going to talk bad about you. Why do you care? Then I told him, I said, you know what? I said, well, then maybe you should care more about what your other developers are doing and have them do the right thing. Maybe you should apply pressure that way instead of talking to me about it when I don't even have really any skin in the game. People are losing millions of dollars because of the BS going on around here. So I said, that's the problem. You're like with them. So now you're suspect. That's how it works. Now you're suspect because you're good with these guys doing all this bad stuff. And I said, if I'm lying, then you can say your stuff. But unless you're going to show me that I'm telling lies, then you need to just step off. I got offended. I'm like, hold up, man. So yes, I am bold, and yes, it will continue. Sorry. Wow, all these projects are delayed. Not cool because you lose money. Vanessa Comagate, that was my whole point over the last 4 years. The stock market has doubled twice. I mean, people, look, we had like Larimar right now. So let me see. It cost 131 or something. That means I gave them $13,000 down payment. Then I made a few monthly payments or quarterly payments because I did every 3 months. So they hold in maybe 17, maybe 18, maybe 15. I don't remember. But it could be 20. I don't know. But it's 20K or less. I could have had that in Yield Max ETFs over the last year and a half. I I could have been earning 35, 40, 45% conservatively. 50%. And the stock market has doubled. So my money should have doubled, doubled, tripled in the last 5 years, or 2.5, 3 years. It's going to be 3 years coming up in about 6 months. So, I mean, this is crazy. So it's not just that, it's also the other guys that owed me money. This is like these guys don't understand. I'm not like them. I'm not going to sit here and cheese up and be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. You're holding all my money. It's all good. I'm not going to say nothing because I don't think I want to get my money. No, you're not giving me my money back. So I'm still going to be talking crap. And when you give me my money back, I'm probably still going to be talking crap. Either way, you don't win. When Panorama Garden gave me back all my money, I let people know. Epic Ventures, they gave me back all the money. They're cool. I like Panorama Properties, Panorama Lake, Panorama Gardens, Panorama Luxury. By the way, Panorama Luxury, ladies and gentlemen, there's units still available, Panorama Luxury inside Vistacana. You will not believe this. They have studio units for $99,000. Now, I don't know about Lakeview, but Panorama Luxury's on the water, so even if you're behind and don't get water views, $99,000, and I think it's only for like a studio that's only 300 square feet roughly. 350 square feet. So it's like almost a hotel room. But it's inside Vistacana for $99,000. It was unbelievable. I can't believe it. Now, I just found this out. And of course, they don't like me because when Panorama Luxury came out, there was a wait list. We had people on the wait list because remember their studio units were like 80,000. 60 or 70,000 because they had 23 square meter units, I believe. And so we had everything lined up according to their specs. So we had it with the Urban Group guys and they said, okay, everybody who signs up. So everybody was picking their units, getting everything in order because they were coming out with a bang, right? Well, some of you don't know what happened. Some of you will, but here's the story. So now we have people here in the SSN Nation, Gung Ho 2020. 2021, right? Gung ho. Everything's perfect. Put down, it was a 10, 20, 70 payment plan. It was beautiful. These guys, the day before they drop, they say no wait list, 65% down. You heard me. 65% down. They blew up the whole thing. So I thought, all these years, I thought they were sold out. Wrong. They have a lot of units available. Wrong. I could not believe what I was like, is this for real right now? I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Couldn't believe it, man. Here, this is astounding. In fact, just so you guys know, I'm not going to announce this other one because it's hearsay. Let me see if I can find something real quick. I'll show you guys so you can see for yourself. You're going to be like, is this for real right now? Look at this. Where's the prices? Don't see pricing. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on a second. We have price ranges. I didn't realize that. I thought every page had this. Hold on. Let me see. All right. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You guys check this out. Can you believe that? On the far, I don't know if it's the right side is the prices or is it the left. Oh well. At the very end, either right or left, you'll see the pricing. See, look, 99,000. I mean, this is incredible. All these are available. 99, 109, one bedrooms, or one, well, it's a suite, so that doesn't count. I mean, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, which is my favorite configuration that they have, is 255. It is what it is. But all I'm saying is they have stuff here still. All of this. All of this. This is the same page. All right? Same page. I don't know where the prices are for you guys. There it is. It's on the screen. Same page. Look at this. Look at this. Now, check this out, though. That's one page, right? This is another. That was just one page. Hold on. We have more. There's more pages. Here goes another one. You'll see prices are different. Look. Look at this. All these are available. All of these. This is another page. Look at this. Crazy. Crazy. Look at this. See, you don't see the 99 on this one. Or the 109. Look at this. All that's available. Oh, but wait. There's more. I mean, it's out of control. It's out of control. It's like, are you serious right now? Look at this. Reasonable. Let's see. Look, some more reasonable ones. 140s. Reasonable, right? Crazy. All that is available when they should have been sold out. All because of their BS that they did. And now that's going to end up coming back to bite them, because if things go south from their Canada or United States market, which projects are you invested in? Just Larimar, Christian Nathaniel, Christian, welcome to the SSN Nation Financial Friday Night Live Stream. Which projects are you invested in? Okay, I'll go down a line. Simon Terraces, inside Primaveral 2. Primaveral 2, I must have put down 10%, $8,200. We were doing communications in English. As soon as I gave him $8,200, no habla English. I was like, what? So I had questions. So I said, okay, I ain't even going to send them. They'll send me something. So for 2.5, 3 years, maybe 4, whatever it was, I did not send one payment. In December of this year, they sent me a notice saying, hey, delivery's coming. I said, what? Delivery? Wait a minute. I've been trying to get my money back for like 3 years probably. No money back, right? Get Johan involved. These guys send me over something saying, oh, no worries, we sold your unit. So I was like, oh, so give me back my $8,200. They said, oh, no. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. At first they said, yes, we're sending back your $8,200 to Johan and everything. We're good. We'll wire him back his money. They wired me some money, allegedly. It didn't come to my bank. So then I went to their Bank Popular. Banco Popular says, oh, yeah, the wire didn't go out. I'm like, what do you mean? And then they said, well, we can't tell you anything more. I said, okay, that's interesting. They said they were wiring my $8,200. What it actually was, they wired me 4,200. They didn't want me to know I was on the island so I could go see them. So then it's delayed. Now they can't pay me. I'm sorry. We're going to have to redo da 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 da. But I found out it wasn't 8,200. Now, let's get to the real situation. Primavera 2 was supposed to have fitness center, game room, tennis court, and something else. They didn't tell the owners of the property to this day that those things I just mentioned are not coming. To this day, people live there not realizing all the amenities that they thought they were going to have are not going to be there. So they sent me half my money back. Okay. Panorama Garden. I invested with 125. So I had to put down 12.5, I guess. So I put down 12.5. About a year after we go into this, rumblings come up where Ziba starts selling a membership that includes golf, Vista Cana Beach Club, and a sports complex or some membership. I'm like, what do you mean membership? If you buy in Vista Cana, it's supposed to include everything except maybe the golf course, because golf, you got to pay. But the sports complex, yeah, they're talking about the fitness center you're going to have to pay. It's going to be owned by third party. So I'm like, what do you mean third party? So now I get in touch with Vista Cana. Vista Cana management says, oh, yeah, it's going to be third party's going to handle everything at the Vista Cana Beach Clubs. Remember, they have two lakes, Vista Cana Beach Club and Vista Cana Clubhouse. Those are the two beach clubs. It's going to be third party, so you're going to have a membership and pay. I'm like, what? Sports complex. Going to have the fitness center out there. If you want to go out to the sports complex, you're going to have to pay. I said, oh, hell no. Hell no. So I hit up Epic, well, not Epic, but Urban Group, and I said, hey, I'm not down with this. F that, give me my money back. True to form, I got to give them credit. Epic said, no worries. Here's all your money back. All right. 2022 comes. August, September, October. Larimar comes out. Larimar has this grandiose idea on what they're going to do. Larimar, we're on the Claire HP. We're on the stock exchange. The price that we have on the contract is the price you're going to pay. There's a no price increase clause in the contract. So beautiful. And we're going to build this awesome complex we built in South America. We've done this stuff. We know how to do this. And hey, why isn't there a penalty if you don't finish or deliver on time? Oh, you can trust us, bro. We're on the Spain Stock Exchange. We're going to have to do this. We're going to do the whole complex. Our name is at stake. Well, okay. I'll trust you, bro. What the hell? Price stays the same no matter when you deliver. So, okay. They're on the New York Stock Exchange. They've built stuff in South America, so they say. They're building stuff for other projects here. No, I'm not there, but in Dominican Republic. It gets like somewhat confirmed that they have something to do with building some other places in Punta Cana area. So yeah, it's kind of cool. All right. Well, as time goes on, they find out, well, to me, they have me, Georges Charles, E. White, Mo Better, Punta Cana Investors Forum. Shout out. We have another one in May 13th, 14th, and 15th. You guys can go sign up at Stop Struggling Now or SSN Lifestyle. So at December 2023, we're at their offices. We have it on recording. They tell us after they were supposed to start building sometime in 2023. Now it's this November, December. And so we're there. We have it on recording, which they said don't release. We've never released them. I have recordings. George has recordings, and probably E. White or Mo. They're saying, hey, man, you guys, everything's fine. We're going to have one piece of paper to do. And then we can start building maybe this month in December. Because I'm thinking we were there in November, but maybe it was December. But either way, we're going to do something in December. So now I'm doing the Punta Cana Music Festival, the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Music Festival, May 2024. So I have to go back in January. Plus I'm doing the SSN Nation Takeover, trying to get some properties in line for some funding. So I'm there in January. I go back to their office. I say, hey, man, I thought you guys said you're going to have the papers to start work like in December. In the worst case, January. So I'm there like January 15th. So I'm like, okay, so you guys going to start building right now? They're like, oh, well, no, maybe we got another month, or we got to wait a little bit longer. Okay. Well, now because I'm doing SSN Nation Takeover and the SSN Nation Punta Cana Music Festival, I'm back in February. So, hey guys, what's up? Oh man, we had a problem, can't happen. Okay, I'm there in March. Hey man, what's up? No, wait. Okay, I'm there every month because we're doing the May thing, and it was supposed to be real estate related and music. May comes, go to the meeting. They say the same stuff. Oh, we got a issue. Well, they wouldn't even say. We just waiting on this piece of paper. Okay. September 24th comes out. They weren't waiting on permits. They weren't waiting on nothing. They knew that they had to do an environmental impact report. But in the meantime, my last payment was in January or February. And after that, probably in March or April, I said, send them a message. I want my money back. This is not happening. You cannot build any 17-story towers at that point, May 2024, and be done by September 2025. Ain't gonna happen. You've been lying, not going for it. Send me my money back. They say, oh, no problem. We will send to these 4 or 5 people in email. I'm like, why? What do you mean? So I sent to 4 or 5 people on an email string, because that's what they told me to do. One guy responds that seemingly is like customer service. After about 2 weeks, he responds, oh, I got your message. Thank you very much. I just want to let you know somebody's... I'm like, that's not... No, I asked for a freaking refund. I want my money back. So, Christian Nathaniel, I am only having money at Larimar. And if they sent me my money back, I wouldn't be invested in nothing right now. And if they sent me my money back, I'll tell you what I would be invested in. I'd be running down to Vista Cana, going down to Seven Palms, getting me a 1-bedroom, either across the street from the first or the second man-made beach, or I'll be getting a 1-bedroom at Seven Palms Elite. Why? Because one's going to cost me about $140,000, and one's only going to cost me $125,000. And I'll be inside Vista Cana, which actually does have stuff already there. So anyhow, they won't give me my money back. That's where it's at. They're holding it. And again, I stopped paying like it was either, I don't know, February. It could be January, February, or March. All I know is I definitely wouldn't have made any payments after March. So it probably was January when I was there because I would have had something due. And then I don't think I made another payment. So that's how it goes down, man. So I'm not invested in, well, I'm investing in Larimar. That's all I can say. All right. But they don't know it. They don't know it. They have no incentive to build fast because they got the money. Exactly, Vanessa Comegate, with no penalties. And even the contracts that have penalties, guess what happens? Guess what happens? The contracts with the penalties, it says, oh, we'll give you whatever, 0.5% as a, back as money or something. They never do. So that's worthless. Worthless. And you're right. Okay, wow. I was going to do Primavera 4. You mean, yeah, Primavera 4 with the lake? Yeah, again. So, oh, by the way, so here's what happens. This is funny as hell. Okay, so check this out. You can go to Larimar offices. You can go to Noval's offices. You can go to almost every Seven Palms offices. You can go to Punta Cana Solutions office. You can go to everybody's office. You just walk in. Here's what happened at Primaveral's office. I opened the Primaveral's office is locked down. They got an armed guard at the frickin' front door. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. They got a guy with an armed guard. Nobody else, no other developer has an armed guard. Nor security, come to think of it. They're the only ones. So that right there, I was like, because I actually had to go see them after I didn't get my money. Like I said, I always go see people. And I'm like, oh, so you guys got protection up in here. I said, that's a bad sign. So that means other people are like me, trying to get their money back. And they're just looking at me like, yeah. I'm like, I know. Because there's nobody else. No other developer has armed guards at their spot. But you guys do. So what's going to happen with my money? So they sent me back half. So I forgot to tell you about that part. They're the only ones that have armed guards that I know of. Nobody else. The only developers that have armed guards at their office is Primavera, a.k.a. Punta Cana Realtors. So, yeah, I don't have nothing good to say. So, anyhow, I'll talk bad about Primavera too. What Primavera, the owner of Primavera, he's good. What he does is he makes, like he did Primavera 2, he made a pool right by the guardhouse. So then people are like, oh, this is good. He's already got the pool there. Well, in Primavera 4, he built that lake, that man-made lake first. So that gets everybody like, oh, this is great. We're going to buy here. And that's how he gets a lot of sales, because people already see this nice piece of structure and they're thinking, oh, this is awesome. And then he'll put in a basketball court like he did at Primavera 3. He has a basketball court there, and I think he put in a pool down there, right? So people are like, oh, hell yeah, I'm buying, because we're going to have soccer fields. We're going to have basketball courts. We're going to have trails. We're going to have a kids' playground area. And then you don't know what's going to come. You don't know. So Primavera's off the list. And this is why nobody hears of Primavera, because no realtors really want to sell for them. Just saying. So anyhow, Larimar comes out with this September 24, I think it was. They come out with environmental impact report. Okay, that's not a permit. So now here we are, February 7th. They're still excavating. They still have not put down any foundations. They haven't brought in any brick. Whatever they're using to build these towers, there's no materials on site as of the last picture I saw, which was like 5 days ago. So I don't know what they're doing. But I do know this. Just so you know, Christian, in May of last year, I was at Larimar's offices and they were like, we're going at it. I'm like, it can't be done. This is the reason why. Mathematically, it's not possible. And they're giving me all these reasons why. Well, we have a crew. Well, we have all this stuff on the island. We got that. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I offered the same deal to Gennaro, the same deal to the German, the same deal to all the crew at Larimar. I said, I'll tell you what, why don't all of us go to a third party escrow lawyer's office? I'll put in $5,000 against all you guys that you're not going to deliver September 2025 first phase. I said all of you right now, because all you guys are talking all this garbage. I'll bet you $5,000 I'll have all you guys pay for my stuff. And they were like, oh. I said, that's what I thought. I said, I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. Let's go. You guys keep talking all this nonsense. I can for sure tell you you can't get it done by September 2025 in May of last year. There's no way. They had to build 5 buildings. And here they are not even building a foundation of one yet. So clearly this can't be done in 2025. But that was the sign right then and there. Clearly, I'm like, oh, these guys are just BSing. They're not BSing. They're actually doing something. Things are going to be built is the problem with Larimar. You just don't know what's going to be built. They've already changed the boardwalk. Now they're putting in a 9-hole golf course for some reason, taking up valuable space that has city views and water views. Like a guy's going to be out there golfing 25, 30 miles away from 10 other golf courses that actually are on the ocean or around the ocean. That's crazy. And especially a 9-hole golf course. How many people out at Vista Con is using that 9-hole golf course? I mean, seriously. Golf on a vacation is not really, you don't have 1,000 people trying to go golfing when they're going to an island. This is not a thing. So all I'm saying is, and of course they don't want to take my expertise and advice. They want to do their thing. So that's why we can't really promote too much over there. Post-retirement travel. Are you kidding me? Banco Popular couldn't tell you the amount they had supposedly wired to your account. It doesn't make sense. It's your account. No, I don't bank with Banco Popular. That's why they wouldn't tell me. I banked at, it was supposed to go to Scotiabank. And so they wouldn't tell me. Because they're like, oh, you got to call the person. But they actually knew what happened. Because I told them, hey, I'm expecting $8,200. And then they wouldn't show me the docs. That's when I knew something wasn't kosher. It doesn't make sense. It's your account. It sounds like they kept 50% of the deposit. Yeah, so what ended up happening is once I went to the armed guard location, they went in the back room for 20, 30 minutes. Then they sent out some lady and said, hey, actually, it's not 8,200, it's 4,200. I'm like, what? I said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. This ain't cool. So I called up Johan, Harold, and all those guys, and he goes, what? I said, no, man, they talking 4,200 instead of 8,200. I think that's what it was. It was 4,000. I'm pretty sure it was 4,200. And I'm like, no, man. And then he goes, well, what do you want to do? I was like, wait, that means we got to sue them, right? He goes, yep. I said, well, then that's going to cost money. So now it looks like I would have to take the half, 4,200. So he goes, all right, if that's what you want to do. I said, it doesn't make much sense to give somebody else 3, 4, 5, 6 grand to try to get 4 grand. That doesn't make any sense. And it's going to take me 1.5 to 2 years. So I accepted the 4,200. Now, they started this, well, if you take this, then you shouldn't be talking about this stuff. I said, oh, let me explain something. You kept my 8,200 for 3 years? Seriously? And you think I'm not going to talk about you because you're holding all of my 8,200? That's not going to be reasonable. You might as well just give me the 42 and I'll limit my talk about you because you're dead to me at this point. So I'll wait here for the check, but I'm going to be in the same position, and best believe I will be talking about you for another 2 years. So get it. I'm not signing nothing about that. They literally tried to strong arm a little bit. Well, what about that video you made about us? What about it? It's staying up. What do you mean? You're not doing the game room, you're not doing the tennis court, you're not doing the other stuff. What are you talking? And you sold me Simon Terraces. You didn't say that there was 2 Simon Terraces. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, they were actually selling people. I have Simon Terraces 2. The brochure was showing us Simon Terraces 1. While they're showing us Simon Terraces 1, they were actually selling us Simon Terraces 2. So when I go and show the videos of Simon Terraces, and I thought it was my unit, but I said, hey, this is weird because the penthouse, the top level, is supposed to have a full bath, not a half. And it's on the other side. Why is this weird? But then I was like, okay, they switched sides. But I was still like, wait, this was supposed to have a full bath on the deck, on the penthouse level. So that's when things were weird. Then finally, when I'm hitting them up, like, because I thought I was good, I was just gonna have to pay the full 8,200 plus I would have owed them $7,400 or whatever, 74,000. So I thought if we were good, I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. And then I come to find out they sent that to me, but it wasn't. It was supposed to be with Simon Terrace's 1 owners. Simon Terrace's 2 was not finished, and it's next door. So they have 4 condo buildings lined up, and they never told nobody. It's not on the master plan. It's not on nothing, which is another issue, by the way. So that's why I don't deal with them guys. Okay. I'm over these pre-construction shenanigans now. Christian Nathaniel. Well, did you invest in any of the Dominican Republic properties? Let me know. Yes, sounds scammy. What about Cruise on Land project? Cruise on Land is using panels. Panel construction, you can do a 5-story building in like 5 months. But that's what they started, panel construction. They started November? They have like 3.5 floors up, the gray area. So again, they're claiming they're going to be, well, they've done some things too. Instead of 4 buildings for phase 1, they're going to have 2 buildings. So actually, they would have been late. Now they may be within the ballpark of 6 months after delivery date, which would make them on time for the 2 buildings. But by rights, they were supposed to build 4 by the next 6 months. They they can't do it because even with the panels, it takes 3 or 4 months. So if they were doing 4 buildings, or 4, actually it's a U shape. So it's actually, the first 2 buildings is actually 4 buildings. They were supposed to do 8, but now they're only going to do 4. So they still won't meet the end of the year timeline, I don't think. Because you still have to build infrastructure, water, sewer, electricity. Still has to be sent there, built there, lines have to. I can't see them being done on time, even with the 6 months on their contracts. I don't see how they're done by summer of next year. But if they do, okay, they're doing panels. So Cruise on Land is actually going to be built too. Larimar is going to be built. Cruise on Land is going to be built. It's just not going to be, well, Cruise on Land is going to be built within 1 year of their delivery date for what they're doing. Larimar will not be built within 1 year of their delivery date. So nothing's going to be built tower-wise where people can live by December 2026 or September 2026. That's not going to be a thing. They haven't even started. They got 5 buildings to build. That's not going to happen. So anyhow, this is how financial ruin happens, is when you do investments and you put your money into some investment and the investment goes sideways. And now that money is tied up or lost. And now you could have used it. The cost of opportunity is within the thousands. Just off of me being who I am, they're like, okay, he's going to lose. I'm like, I'm going to lose money. I'm willing to lose money. So that's the whole point. I made investments. One I got 100% back, another I got like half back, another one still holding it, which could be lost. The real developers that owe me money lost that. All of it's bad. All of it's bad. So most people can't take these hits. I can't either. This is why I have to handle things the old fashioned way. All right, here we go. Disorganized workload, cheap viewers. Well, I don't buy viewers, man. Hey, do you have written receipts from them receiving your money? Yes. Post retirement travel. Yes. Always have receipts. That is how we do it. Wow. Christian, did you invest in anything in DR or anywhere else for that matter? Boss, what about your lawyers? Can't they help you? Yes, the lawyers can help. This is how we got to the negotiations. The only problem with the lawyers is it's just like in America. If somebody owes you money, you have to sue them. Then when you sue them, then it takes the court date might be 2 months for somebody to have discovery hearings and this and that. But then the other date is 6, 7 months from there. And you got to pay your lawyers along the way. So now these little bit of monies that 4 grand, 3 grand, 5 grand that I would be owed additional, or 10 or 20 grand, it's going to cost me that much in lawyer fees just to get what people owe me. So that's why I have to go, okay, I don't really care. It's all a risk. So when I do risk factor, my risk scenario, I say, okay, it's a risk. If it works, okay, we get to make a lot of money for life. If it doesn't happen, hey, that's just the way it goes. All right, that's the way it goes. But best believe I'm not like brushing it all off. Because right now, like I said, once you pay via PayPal, whoa. Hold on a second. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing some extra work right here right now. I have to do something right now. All right. Just a second. I got a problem. Hold on a second, because I'm going through a third party while I'm doing. Boss, yeah, they could help, but the problem is I got to pay them. So, we're talking about like 1G, 1500. It's like minor. But if somebody owes you like 15 to 20K, and now I got to spend 5K and time, a year and a half to 2 years before any resolution. So we could be at 5K to 7,500. Is it worth it to do that? We will see. Or we be diplomatic at first, and then we go and, well, see, there's a problem. Like I said, I'm not really a good guy, but I will see. I'm only diplomatic to a point. I currently invested Belisa residences at White Sands. Wow. Wait, what? Christian, I never heard of these Belisa residences at White Sands, but here's the thing. When did you invest in Belisa residences at White Sands? If it was in the last year and a half, they put in a new clause where all the developers had to build something within 2 years at White Sands. So no longer could a developer just grab the land, not deal with it, and let it run down, and then, cause it where other people may not want to invest there. They made a new rule about you have to build within 2 years as a developer. So when did you buy these Belisa residences at White Sands? Let me know. That's very interesting. And how much and what size did you get? And when's delivery date? Those are the good things. This wasn't supposed to be about Larimar and Punta and all that. But since we always go there, this is how financial ruin happens. I've had, well, actually, I never even thought about it, but that's all total. I told you guys at one time, I'm like 35, no, that's 37, 45, 65. Yeah, yeah. I got like it's like 70 G's. 70 G's sitting over there. Some of it I got back, but 70 G's actually was a, oh man. It's more than that. It's 80. Actually, it's like 90 G's, but again, some of it I got back, kibbles and bits. It's 90 G's, and over the last 5 years, when it first started, if I would have had all of that 90, or we'll say I got some back. So we'll go down to 60. That 60 would have been 150 to 200. And that's because the money would have been in NVIDIA at 45. It would have been in, more would have been in NVIDIA at $45. Remember, it went up to 1,000, 1,100 per share. So $500 of NVIDIA, which would have been 12 shares, would have been 12 times 1,300. It would have been like 14,000. And then it would have split 10 to 1, and whatever that would have been. So it would have been like 18, 19,000 over this time. So 500 of it, that's it. Not $1,000 worth, not $2,000 worth. If it was 4,000, 3,000, or 2,000, then we'd be talking about 100 G's. So that is the difference, right? We were talking about all these things, the AIs, the gas, when Exxon was $30 with a dividend giving off roughly 7%. Now I think it went up to 80 or 100. So now all those shares would have went 3 times the amount, maybe 4. Plus still getting dividends at the 7% rate. So all that stuff was given up in lieu of doing the investments to this other place. 10 minutes from the beach, 100K, 1-bedroom condo, private. Yeah, because White Sands has a private beach. So you're going to have the pool and you're going to have your private beach access, but it's not easy access. You have to go through people's backyard and stuff. I mean, it's cool. I was out there, but when's delivery date? You haven't said when's the delivery date. I've never heard of this Belisa residence. White Sands. I'm Googling it right now. Oh, man. Aquamar residence. Aquamar. Belisa's not even on the... It's not even on YouTube. See, this is the thing, right, that's happened. Is this exact same thing. Because of so much turmoil, you don't have people doing the online marketing like they used to. Because a lot of the realtors don't get paid. Their commissions. So they stopped promoting. A lot of people who are promoting these things, you promote it, then all of a sudden, you're supposed to get your commission. The commission is like, oh, well, maybe, coulda, shoulda, maybe. It's like, what the hell? Which I forgot. Some people owe me some money for that too. Add in about another 2 to 5 G's. Yeah, I know. I don't really keep track, ladies and gentlemen. I just know people owe me money. I don't have it written. I don't even have it written down, I don't think. I just go look. and be like, oh, damn, this dude owes me like 2,500. But I have an op list, just so everybody knows. So in May, the op list begins. We get down to business, real business at this point. We've been trying to do diplomatic. After this, May is the deadline. If stuff ain't done before May, then even the security guy ain't going to help you. I'm sorry. It's going to be a problem. So everybody better mount up and suit up that's in DR that owes me money, because I'm coming. I'm bringing the army with me. And I got some already there. So I'm just telling you straight up. We're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. I'm not. I won't be there. I'll be on a plane. I'm just going to mark your ass. Then I'm going to be on a plane. So you might want to hide when I show up, because they're going to have a visual. I'm coming in May. All right. 10 minutes from the beach. All right. Let's go. Yeah, speaking of that, I got to make some phone calls now. Now that I'm thinking about it, I got some things going on that I'm driving me crazy. I have a reservation. We do. Here's financial ruin incoming. How do you avoid that when you have opportunities? So I have opportunities. A guy hit me up saying February 13th to the 20th, which is only in 6 days, and it's at in Hawaii. And so I have somebody else that I go through, because I do third parties too. You know, I say, okay, I know somebody that has it, so I make money from there. So I always can make money, right? And in this case, I'm dealing with somebody, unfortunately, that I'm not familiar with, and they're telling me some things I don't like. So when somebody says, hey, send me money, and I'm like, send me reservation, I'm like, I'm not sending you money just to see if you have a reservation. I'm like, what are you talking about right now? That's why I had to type them back real quick. I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how it works with me anyhow. So it looks like I won't be able to help this person out and make myself a little bit of money, but we'll see. December 2026. Okay, Christian, I can't find any info on YouTube. Belisa Residences doesn't come up. Who's the developer? Do you know who the developer is? And how much have you sent them? So, yeah, at this point, like I said, my money goes with Seven Palms, and my money would also go with Panorama, because they gave me back 100%. No questions, no problems. They were like, all right, cool. And actually, funny how things turn out, because Panorama Gardens is done. They're done. Or it's done, but it looks slightly different. Okay, this is not. I'm trying to find you. It was Belisa, not Belize. I think I messed it up. I think I put in Belize. I think it's Belisa. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Belisa Residences. Okay, how did you find these guys? Because they're not on Instagram either. Yeah, it's Belisa Resident. They're not on YouTube. Nobody promoted them on YouTube. They're not on Instagram. So how did you find out about these guys? I was actually going to do some building over there. So 2026 would make sense. That means you had to have bought in 2024, because 2026 would be the deadline according to the new HOA rules for a developer. They don't want properties just half done 5 years later, and I can't blame them. So that's why I was trying to get property over there, and it started escalating last year in 2024 because we were trying to do the SSN Nation takeover. All right, so here we are. Let's see, December 2026. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody has any questions or want to talk about anything, but financial ruin is incoming. We have to make sure you have extra streams of revenue. So, how do you do that? You form whatever you're very good at. You have to start utilizing everything at your disposal, whether that's the TikToks, whether that's saying Blue Caribbean Properties. Are you serious right now? No, but who's the developer? I mean, do you know who the developer is? Blue Caribbean Properties is a real estate agency. Um, so, I mean, in fact, well, you didn't go to Blue Caribbean Properties offices, did you? I mean, who's the developer, though? That's what I want to know. Let's see if I can find it, though. You said White Sands. Wow. Kana Bay properties are rising. Cap Cana by eBay. Oh, no. White Sands. They have something for 450,000. Another by eBay property. Wow. They have some reasonable properties for by eBay and even Capcana, but these are probably old. Yeah, I can't find the White Sands one you have. That's too bad. I wanted to see what it was. I can't. Oh man, come on. They don't have Oh wait, White Sands by itself? Nope. Punta Cana area. Can we get to White Sands? I almost bought something at White Sands, but that would have been 2020. It was another condo that was a 2 bedroom that was about 100. No, sorry, 80 some square meters. But and by the golf course. At that time, though, the golf course, the clubhouse wasn't even open. The golf course neglected. So that's when I was like, forget this. It's cheap, yes, but actually the location is okay. But I liked the Bavaro, Los Corrales, El Cordecito better than White Sands. It's right around the corner, basically, but White Sands is going to be built up, and it's going to take a little bit longer time. But the new guy used to work for the government that's running the HOA. So that's why he said, "Oh no, we're going to build this right, and that's why he put in new rules for developers." So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I can't find that property anywhere. Not even on their website. There's no White Sands. So I guess they're not selling it anymore. It must be sold out. Because it's not here. And I don't know what to call it. I mean, is it Bavaro? How we can get to White Sands? There it is, White Sands. Okay. I have something. Let's go. White Sands. I was able to use their search. So we have something. White Sands, 162,900, 200,000. Then it starts escalating. 165, 157, 165, all in White Sands. Too bad they don't tell us the name. How cute. So it must be a condo, right? 2 bedroom, 2 baths. 2 bedroom, two. Okay, I don't know. Let's see here. I'm trying to move along. Let's see. Let's see what this guy's are. 130,000. Project White Sands controlled. They don't give a name. Jesus. Project White Sands, White Sands, White Sands, White Sands, White Sands. No name. They don't say what the name of the project is. So this won't help. Even if I am at their website, I can't tell. They won't. Delivery date. Oh, this one was April. This one can't be it. Says delivery date April 30th, 2025. So this one can't be it. I'm not going to go down the list, but I figured I would check it out just to show people, but we're not going to go that route. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up. Financial ruin is coming. And also, just keep in mind, you have to be very, very careful on your investments now. That's why we've been talking about the stock market and we've been talking about real estate from a different perspective. Basically, from the perspective of investing, right? So, hold on a second. I'm probably going to have to end the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. It's only because I have some business that I need to handle tonight. Yeah, so they use PayPal or Venmo for payment, which is fine because I can always get my money back if I take the high risk maneuver, but we still got to check out some other things. All right. Well, I was going to go towards something else, but we got trapped into the Punta Cana investment options. But if you're going to go down the financial ruin and you understand it's incoming, you're going to have to prepare and you have to get assets that pay you. Assets are not liabilities. Liabilities is if you go buy a car. That's a liability. In fact, a home is a liability too. And by the way, you guys know, remember in 2021, 2022, when all you guys were complaining about corporations buying up homes? Remember when I told you let them buy them? Guess what's happening? They want to get rid of them because they can't sell them. And now the insurance is higher. Now the property taxes are higher. They're sitting on them and they have thousands of units. So imagine if you had 1,000 units. And some of these guys have thousands, like 2,500, 3,800, 5,000. Just go buy 1,000 units times $4,000. That's $4 million in property tax. $4 million in property tax alone. Not your insurance, not the maintenance and upkeep, but your property tax on 1,000 units. And then imagine you had 5,000 units. $20 million for not selling. So I can't remember the I think it was home to rent. These dudes they might go bankrupt. They're not assets, they're liabilities. And now this is why I wanted them to buy them, because they can't offload them because they bought them at the market price damn near. They were hoping the prices would go up, but they didn't. So now they're holding them, and now they have to either, reduce the prices, which is what some of them have done, 30%, 40% down, less. That's right, to offload it, because as a business, I get to write this off. I had to pay it though. Otherwise, you're going to have yourself in a tax sale situation. I had to pay it, but I get to write it off since I'm a business. I also will get to write off the L because I'm a business. So if I bought the house for 400 grand and I sell it to somebody else for 300 for a quick sale, that difference of 100,000 times 1,000, I get to write that off. So that's a win. An individual, You can't take that hit. You can't buy a house for 400 and sell it for 300 as an individual, right? You understand, right? So that's the advantage of running a business versus doing it as an individual. Otherwise, you're going to be ruined. Liabilities, cars, homes, vacations, anything you buy that's a material object that does not return any money to you is a liability. Here in the SSN Nation, in case you're new, an asset is something that when you put money out, you get something back while you're sleeping. And in this case, because we're in the 2020s, even if you have to put in 4 hours a week of work and you get a lot of money back, that is still passive income for you. Because you can be anywhere on the planet and still make money, like post-retirement travel on his 2 month or 3 month or 6 month world tour. Because he's already set up his passive income streams, his semi-passive income streams, retirement streams. He has the money. He doesn't have to come back home. As long as he has an internet, he can do business. And same with me. As long as I generally have one-way tickets because I can stay as long as I want. So I rarely have round-trip tickets because I feel like I have a restriction. Now I don't feel free. So that's why if I can go one way, which is everywhere in the world, then I go back when I feel like it. That's how it works. All right. So if I want to be there 3 days and go, okay. If I want to stay 2 weeks, okay. If I want to stay there 3 weeks, fine. That's how it goes. If I want to stay somewhere a month, stay in the EU zone for 2 months, fine. As long as I got an internet, I can still do my pseudo businesses, still make money, and still hang out. That's how it works. All right, we're going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. We went over the 3 hour mark, and I want you guys to smash the like button. If you like what I talked about, yeah, I went off the rails tonight. It's like Gotham City with the Joker. We got the Joker, Lex Luthor, and the Penguin all wrapped up running our government right now. And they're acting like they're official government employees. I mean, this is a joke. Then you have to worry about your tariffs. You're going to have to worry about your insurance. You got to worry about your health. All of this is coming to a head because people are stressed. 70 to 80% of the population is stressed because of money. 78% are stressed because of money, living paycheck to paycheck. Now, you're going to have to do something about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. I appreciate all of you being here tonight. As usual, I love the conversation. I love you very much, and I appreciate your support over all these years, and new supporters. I appreciate that greatly. So, Dr. Eleanor Harvey, Definity, I see you on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. Please smash the like, smash the follow. Thank you. And everybody, please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's the whole point. It's going to get harder. Nobody's coming to save you. You better have no fear, and you better have no excuses, because you're going to have your whole life ahead of you. Remember, tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life, and you have enemies at the gates. You may not look at them as enemies. I do. Anytime somebody tells you it's raining outside, right? And they tell you it's a sunny day, even though they're telling you it's raining outside, and you're looking up like, it's a sunny day out today. This is what we have right now. They're telling you it's a sunny day outside while they're pissing on you. They're removing your economic, financial individuality every minute, every second, because they're printing more money, devaluing the currency, and now you're having wars over currency with other countries. Tariffs, war, actual war, tariffs, inflation is incoming. I saw the gas actually went up today. I know kind of why, because there was this riff with tariff, yes, maybe tariffs, no. You don't know. There's, disarray going on. So, yeah, you have to offset things, and it's getting crazy out here. You just don't know what's going to happen because these countries are not afraid of America. That's the point. We have a bully that thinks he can just use the flag of the United States as his own personal whipping post to other countries, sovereign nations. You as an individual, you're sovereign when you're at your house, right? So anytime if somebody pulls up in front of your driveway and blocks you from leaving and tells you, no, you're going to do it my way, you're going to be like, have you lost your freaking mind? You're going to be like, I'm sorry, you're about to get hurt. Somebody is going to have a problem today. That is the situation. You're not going to be strong arming your neighbors and they're going to be fine with it. Ain't going to happen. And no country's going to take strong arming either. This is why it's very dangerous for the citizens. When you have millions of dollars, hundreds of millions, and a way to get another hundreds of millions, your life is not in jeopardy as if you made $35,000 a year and you're living by the skin of your teeth. You're able to do things when you have a bad day or a bad month or a bad year. Other people do not have that luxury. That is the majority of Americans. And you're letting people who are out here doing crazy nonsense jeopardize your financial freedom and your financial future. Because we have a voting system, but we have dumbed down Americans who do not even understand their civic duty to study what makes it in the best economic situation for your fellow citizens, not for a few oligarchs, but for 250 to 350 million people, what's best for all of us instead of individuals. 0.1% of the wealthiest, I'll do this again, own 30% of the wealth in America. The 1% in America owns 50%. The top 10% of the wealthiest in America owns 70% of the wealth. That should scare the hell out of you. 35 million people own 70% of the wealth. 30% of the wealth is held by 300 million people. Do you feel that teeter-totter is going to work out well for you? It's going to work out well for all of us who planned ahead of time and have properties and stuff offshore and things outside of the United States and things inside the U.S. But that's just it. Most people work for a corporation, work for a company. They're going, you can underpay me. It's fine. That's like 50 to 60% of workers are living paycheck to paycheck. No livable wages in sight. So again, you're in jeopardy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep beating the drum. Come join us. SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum, May 13th, 14th, and 15th. Go to Stop Struggling Now or ssnlifestyle.com for further information. I'll see you guys on Monday at 8:50 p.m. for the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Hopefully, we're going to have cornbread next Friday. All right? His teeth and all that should be all fine. And then we'll have a great, great story night. Not so dark. All right? But make sure you guys understand. Do not make any mistakes. Do not think you have a sigh of relief. Nobody should think they have a sigh of relief. Even if you have everything working fine right now, there could be a disruption. Even if you are retired, even if you do have money, you may not have enough. You don't know how much things are going to cost by the end of this year. It makes it a lot easier. I'm going to put it to you another way, and I'm going to go out of this one. Just think of something right now. If I have a business, the federal government is a business, you're a subsidiary because you have a social security number, an ITIN number, EIN number. You're a subsidiary. If I have a business and I say, okay, I know people can't afford my product of $50, but I'm just going to raise it to $60 and I'll have less buyers. Most people would be like, that's suicide. You are absolutely right. But it's only suicide if you do not realize that business is getting subsidies from taxpayers in the billions of dollars. So do you really think I give a damn about losing customers or money when the customers are paying me twice? Government contracts, subsidies, tax cuts, tax breaks, and because I have a business, write-offs for even if I lose. Boy, ordinary citizens are in trouble. And with all that said, make sure you stay safe out here, because it could be a rocky road incoming. So keep your head up, keep moving,